And the stream indicator has gone green, therefore we are live. Welcome to The Witcher TRPG Wilhelm's Cream. Yes, I know, it's a terrible title. It was a 2 a.m. title. I'm sticking with it. Deal with it. In the previous session, or sessions, Hamus and Dagrid of Gallaswine Investigations fame have hit the city of Bremervort and inherited by accident an inn called the Tossed Coin, along with the technical heir who probably should have inherited it had he not made an unwise bargain to save his life. The previous owner has been died of natural causes or possibly suspicious circumstances. Falling downstairs repeatedly clearly is natural causes if you're very, very clumsy. The regulars in the inn have been given, as part of the inheritance, parts of a recipe for the famous beer, which were the raison d'etre for the inn's success, and that's been split amongst them so that no one person has the full recipe. So they will be supplying components and the heir will be putting it together. In trying to sort all this mess out, somebody threw a bomb through their window while they were having a wake. Well, it would have tidied things. Let's face it, that Marie Kondo's your entire house. People still can't hear you. Oh no. I'm holding off. You can be clever as much as you like. No, that everybody else is muted. We're fine. Everyone else is muted at the moment because I will get through this introduction without killing them otherwise. Sorry, I won't. So, someone threw a bomb through the window, which was deflected handily by one of the guests who is a mage. Then a pursuit ensued as to who the bomb thrower was, which led them to the young dwarf Orban, who had literally been left holding the baby, after somebody thrust a bag full of remaining bombs at him. A couple of chase scenes later, through the middle of a marketplace, Orban got away, only to be threatened by a person unknown from behind with a knife to his throat, who told him that he really needs to get the bombs back after. I apologise for stream if I sound shocked, but something very, very loud and that I had to check was not my Google Home just came across the stream, chat. Essentially, Orban has been sent back to the Tossed Coin to regain the bag of bombs, which were taken off him by Hamus. He got caught because apparently he couldn't sneak worth a damn, and Hamus is very, very sneaky himself. So there's a slight interrogation scene going on there in the Tossed Coin. Loic went back to his shop after the previous incident, and Blake, Dondrick and Nell decided to go and investigate, having been through some of the paperwork, any other person who might have owned a copy of the will leaving the inn to Wilhelm's nephew, who they promptly disinherited. After figuring out that the bomb that went through the window had been an incendiary and therefore probably designed to take out all of the legal paperwork and deeds. that had been on the table. On getting to the lawyers' offices, they heard sounds of a ruckus upstairs, and somebody was hurled headfirst through the window, 2 stories, into the loving and very well rolling arms of Blake. And that's where we left it. So I will now unmute these reprobates, and we can go into our first proper honest-to-goddess combat. Right. Hello, everybody.
Blake's catch was to make up for the fact that I burnt all of my luck failing to stop that bomb the session before.
Yes, indeed.
So the second thing, I burnt all of my luck managing to catch somebody.
You did, yes, you burned all of your luck.
At the end of this session, I will burn all of my luck for no good reason.
Yes.
Luck restores.
Yes. I will, just to give an example, he needed a total of 18 in order to catch this woman who was lobbed through a window. He got 18 because he burned his luck. Anything else, she was pizza. I mean, let's face it, she's not terribly happy anyway. She's been through the window head first. That
18 with luck, that was because I got +6 from my luck.
Yes. Okay.
At least Fifth was ahead of the situation.
Right, so what people can see bottom left, by the way, if you're new to the stream, is the Fantasy Grounds window. This may or may not be wildly edifying even. You will also see me typing plot. This is not that I'm coming up with stuff wholesale, it's just I'm really bad at actually writing things up in advance. So I tend to go with like 3 lines of notes and then expand it as I go during the session. So we will go to the combat section. This is the first time most people have actually done combat or seen combat. So I will run you through it. I will run you through. Okay.
When we're talking about combat, can you avoid the phrase "run you through"?
Yes, please. Please.
It's fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
You lied.
You don't need to run them through anyway. Just, that much will do it. We know this. First 6 inches.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was that you said for Molly?
Base advice. Don't be discouraged. Don't fight groups. Use your advantages. This game expects you to use your advantages.
Basic advice. Rule 1, don't die. Rule 2, always be cutting.
Yep. You're not fighting monsters, so be glad of that. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not Hamus. If I were Hamus, I wouldn't be glad of not fighting monsters. Because the only proper weapon he's got is a silver sword.
This is true.
Better against monsters, so.
Okay. So, your initiative is a D10 plus your reflex. So, the people involved in this combat situation are Blake, Dundrick and Nell. They're going to be the ones acting on the initiative.
There is, on the combat tab of the Fantasy Grounds character sheet, for those who wish to actually do it in Fantasy Grounds, there is an initiative box with a little die next to it. You can either click on, I think you can double click on it, or drag it to the chat box and it will roll your initiative. And if we're in the combat, it will add your initiative in the combat.
Quick question, Russ. Do they explode? Because I think me and Monty have the same question for total opposite reasons.
I have a feeling the answer is yes, but let me just check because I'm now worried. Initiative, okay.
This is the second time this happens where you roll fantastic and I roll after.
It doesn't say, but it's basically just a reflex check, so yes.
Excellent.
Bye, guys.
Okay, Fish, I am actually going to go to your expertise here, but this is purely a Fantasy Grounds one. Where am I looking for the combat tracker?
I don't have any.
Where am I looking for the combat tracker?
Where are you looking for the combat tracker? Okay. Top right of Fantasy Grounds, there's all those nice little icons, and one of them is
Combat tracker.
That will bring up the combat tracker.
Excellent.
I notice at the moment none of us are on the combat tracker.
Oh, I know.
And the only person who can add us to the combat tracker is you.
Yes. That's an unidentified creature. That's...
As a rule, it's worth keeping the player characters on the combat tracker all the time.
Yeah. How do I add the player characters to the combat tracker?
I think you can just drag and drop.
Oh, okay.
There may be a way of doing it swiftly and getting them all there, but I don't know if there is.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, no, it's drag and drop. It's all good. That's actually something I totally forgot about. Completely. And... he's in. No, that's what I just deleted him. I didn't mean to just delete him. So that's correct. And I need to add a new person who is Lumpy.
Lumpy.
Lumpy and Ratty.
Okay. So not like Lamparu, the character from the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh God, why do you have to induce the pain like that? What did I ever do to you, mate?
I can't help noticing that Blake isn't yet in the combat tracker.
No, he's not. He is now. Loic is, bizarrely.
Yeah, I'm not in this combat.
I know. Hamus and Hedwig as well. So not appearing in this combat, indeed. Okay.
Where is the combat tracker?
There we go. So if anybody's looking at the combat tracker will see that Blake has an 11 in the order column. That's because I just used Fantasy Grounds to roll his initiative, so it's added it automatically. For anybody who rolls using real dice, that number will have to be put in. We might be able to do it ourselves. Gut may have to do it. I'm not sure. Depends how the rule set's set up.
Okay. So, yeah, the combat tracker is the little cross swords, top right.
Disregard that because I've already rolled.
Yeah, okay. What did you roll, Felix?
Mine is 1.
Right.
I mean, Chrono, it looks like you're going to have to look for a new business partner.
But I already made the logo.
Yeah.
It's gonna be by Loic and Rest in Pieces.
What did Nell get?
16.
Okay.
Nope.
That's
I'm seeing a pattern here. As far as I can tell, it seems to be that the further away you are from the fight, the higher your initiative will be.
Yes, yeah, that seems to be the theme. Correct.
So if Chrono and I were to roll, we'd be getting exponentially larger numbers.
Yeah.
Right. So Dondrick's actually going after people who are not in the fight.
Correct. Yes, this makes sense. I mean, it was nice knowing you guys.
Yeah.
It's been an honor.
I take it you'll be using us as placeholders for the enemies.
No, I'm just going to leave it there. It's fine. That's what Ratty and Lumpy are for. So.
Also featuring Stern not appearing in this fight.
Yes. So that is.
Is there a bridge shouting in the background there?
We can't necessarily see any NPCs.
Nope.
And on this rule set, I can't tell you how to make them visible if you want us to be able to see them. If you don't want us to be able to see them, it really doesn't matter. You can just keep that information to yourself.
Yeah. No, that's
But if you
fine.
want us to be able to see them, I don't know how to set their visibility on this rule set.
Okay.
Right.
No, that's cool. That's absolutely fine.
D&D traffic has a nice little eyeball that you can click on, and it makes them, and it toggles their visibility. It's very, very simple. I think it inherited that from 5e.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Right. That's not what I typed, but never mind. We'll go with that. I was just thinking that. Because I've been trying to work out who I could hear laughter coming from, but that's fair enough.
That sounded like Bryn's laugh to me.
It did, yeah.
It's a very distinctive laugh.
Yes.
Yeah. Bryn is playing Jackbox.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fine. That's fine.
And all of a sudden,
So does that mean that we can legitimately claim to have a member of Rusty Quill Gaming as a guest star on this?
Extra Foley provided by. Oh, Christ on a bike. Okay.
Sound effects.
Right, so initiatives will largely stay as rolled until the situation significantly changes. Okay? So, significant changes.
Like being dead.
Like being dead, yes. Running away from a combat.
I'm going to take an optimistic viewpoint here. If I break one of these bastards' legs, they'll probably have to re-roll their initiative.
Possibly. Also, yes, limb breaking, maiming, lethal criticals.
Being thrown out of a window because that's what you did to somebody else and it's only fair.
Ah, yeah.
I love the idea of
Emasculating the poor bugger.
Not that Blake has a
change
plan going into this fight.
Equivalent exchange.
Blake, the alcoholic fighter, man at arms.
Obviously, the fun thing is if you break their legs, they re-roll initiative and come out higher.
Yeah.
No,
It's just a
it's
flash
adrenaline.
wound.
Adrenaline. It's all in the adrenaline.
Critical wounds. Right, okay. So, let's put that down there.
At least we're down a video feed. Oh no.
No.
Now I'm back. Everything died.
Is everything okay?
For a few seconds. Everything died like internet wise for a few seconds, but now it should be fine.
Okie day.
I hope.
Combat in The Witcher is deadly. It says. When blades start swinging and arrows start flying, it's best for you to keep an eye out. They could have phrased that better.
I think they did phrase it better.
Yeah.
I've never met Cody, but actually, I can well believe it.
Luckily, my character has many siblings, so we're good.
Go, yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay, one round runs to about 3 seconds. Obviously, rounds signify the order in which things happen, if you are new to RPGs. Rounds are primarily used during combat, but GMs can also use them to keep track of screen time. That's entirely your own business. So, we've got initiatives. In one round, you have enough time to move a distance equal to your speed in meters and perform one action as standard. So you get one move and one action. Your actions can be attack, initiate verbal combat, which has its own combat rules and I adore, cast magic, or begin casting magic, depending on how long the spell takes, use a skill, or pick up, draw an item or weapon.
Important thing to point out, depending on whether you make a fast or a strong strike, that one action to attack can actually be 2 attacks.
Okay. You can also spend, if you look at your character sheets, you will have stamina listed. You can spend 3 points of stamina to get 1 extra action at -3 at any point during your turn. Similarly, if you're forced to take more than 1 defensive action during a round, each action costs 1 additional stamina. You can have an unlimited number of defences, all of which cost you a point of stamina, but you can only buy 1 extra active action. Okay?
Quick question. I'm not in the fight, but quick question.
No, go for it.
If, as Fishy said, if you make, say, a fast attack, that could be 2 attacks in 1 action.
Yep.
And you burn a stamina to get another attack. Is that another action or is
You
it another
can
attack?
you can have another attack if you wish.
So if you make another fast attack, is that 2 attacks for that
Yep.
1 stamina?
Yeah.
Yes, because it is just an additional action, so yeah, for
Yeah.
3 seconds you can attack 4
So
times.
if you're a rapier
seconds.
wielding swashbuckler type, then you could quite happily carve a Z on someone's face and be quick about it.
When making an attack, you can make either a fast or strong attack. A fast strike allows you to attack twice in 1 round without penalty. These attacks do not have to be made against the same target as long as both targets are within range. Fast strikes can be very useful when you're surrounded by a large group. If you're making a strong strike, you make one huge attack at -3 to your roll, which does double damage against the opponent.
Now, interestingly, although the rule set in Fantasy Grounds does give you a normal, a fast, and a strong attack for each of your weapons, I cannot find anywhere in the rulebook anything about normal attack.
You will never make a normal. That's just not a thing.
There's no normal attack. There's just
No.
a strong attack. That's all that the rules cover.
Yeah. The only
To keep
reason,
the bodies under control.
the only reason a normal attack exists at all in the rule set, I think, is to give you something that your fast and your strongs will modify off.
I mean, essentially, a normal attack is just one half of the fast attack.
Exactly.
Fast gives you 2 attacks, but there's no penalties for it. It's not 2 attacks, one of which is a penalty. Instead, you get a bonus on the strong attack. So
Yeah. There is
normal is
also
just if you don't want to hit a second time, I suppose.
a double attack, which is weird, and that I basically very rarely is going to get used, which is simply to make life harder for your opponent, where you attack twice with a weapon in each hand on the same opponent.
That's what we need at some point with Hamus.
Yeah.
Blake doesn't do that. So.
Yeah, but to be honest, Hamus is more likely to just be using fast attacks on a regular basis with that.
Well, if Hamus gets into a fight and he can do fast double attacks,
No, you don't get to combine them.
no,
You can do two. Your fast attack can.
I've attacked twice already.
Yeah, yeah. It's basically double attack just makes it harder for your opponent to block. The idea is that they have to blow an extra defense because you come in with one and they blow a defense, and then if you're attacking the same person.
So yeah, I can see Hamus probably going, like fast attack a couple of times and then coming in with a double when they're not expecting.
Yeah.
Attack really.
But yes, it's not as useful as the standard attacks.
Just addressing something in chat there, the second verbal combat.
Uh-huh.
The system is excellent. I love that.
Okay, yeah, sorry, did not see that. Verbal combat. Yeah, I will just quickly go because before you actually start hitting anything. Verbal combat is literally that. You strike, parry, and evade with words. You choose. No, you're not. You're not derailing. Joey, it's absolutely fine. You might attack by seduction. You might be attacking with insults. You can defend by literally attempting a deflection. You can attack. You can defend by, counter-attacking. It's how you actually mechanize an argument or any kind of discussion. Also, combats, verbal or physical, do not have to go to the grim death. This is not D&D. You don't have to. I mean, obviously in D&D you don't have to, but it's that mentality of once you start hitting something, you have to hit them until they fall over. People are not going to stand there if they're obviously losing a fight.
Just to point out quickly, the only D&D that we play in this channel at the moment is my 2nd edition game. 2nd edition is the only edition that doesn't do that.
Yeah.
The 2nd edition is the only edition to have a proper morale rule, actually right there in the core rules, and a morale listed for every creature in the monster.
Yeah. So, but yeah, verbal combat is great. It's brilliant both for running through arguments and persuasion attempts in a bit of depth, but also for people who maybe aren't happy with role-playing fully what their character is saying. They can pick their approach and it'll be, well, I'm now being aggressive towards him, or I'm now being conciliatory, I'm trying to make friends. And if you're not terribly comfortable with verbalizing your arguments or verbalizing your discussions like that indirectly, it can actually be quite handy like that. Okay, however,
I'm just gonna take 1 second to go turn on the light.
That's no problem.
So...
That's why everyone's got the dramatic lighting going on. Well, if it comes to it, I will happily play out a verbal combat if Hamus and Auburn, for example, wish to go for it later.
Yeah, that's the situation where verbal combat could be a thing.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Apparently, Cody Pondsmith wanted me to highlight out a good example of our verbal combat. So that was a bit. Oh, right then. So yes.
That would be the Altelsorian Games website as a "This is how verbal combat works."
Yeah, and the Altelsorian Reddit, and the Witcher subreddit, and that was a bit. It was cool. It was also when the windows were all the wrong size and I hadn't noticed. Because life. Okay. So. We will... That's magic. Let's not go with that. That's ridiculous. So. Let's get this show on the road. So the person who is going first of... Sorry?
Nothing. Doesn't matter. Carry on.
It's fine. I'll kill him later. I'm sure I can arrange for the bombs in the living room to get dropped or something. Okay. I'll introduce a cat to the situation. Ding ding, pat. Okay, so the first person in this combat then, who is not upstairs already, and that can go away, is Nell.
All right. Does it look like the person that fell out the window is in good hands?
She's in Blake's hands. From what you know of Blake's hands, they're quite big. They tend to hold big weapons, as 'twere, and drink a lot. How steady and safe she is up for grabs. However, I will give you this: she is groaning.
Yeah, she's conscious, so I'm gonna head up the stairs and just hope that Dondrick hasn't gotten himself killed while.
Yeah, Dondrick set up.
I think there needs to be a yes in that sentence.
Yeah, Dondrick unfortunately did rather launch himself up the stairs. So yeah, you are charging up the stairs. However, with that initiative roll, Dondrick actually tripped on the stairs, and that's why he's going last. Well, you know how it is. You've got stairs of death. They curve round. They don't have proper banisters.
Listen, stairs so far have been the worst killer in this game. So I mean,
Yes.
in this season. So let's not discount stairs completely here. They're a real enemy. Yeah.
Yep. Stairs are the means of death. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Okay. So. Go for it. Go for it. So we have got Nell. You run up the stairs and through a door which the door downstairs had been picked. It was unlocked. It had been picked open. This door had been kicked. At least you're hoping it's been kicked. If somebody simply pushed it, then there's issues. But the frame is badly splintered around the lock. The lock is entirely still attached to the door, which swings loosely ahead of you. Ahead, you can see a well-appointed office with heavy wood panelling all around it and low dividing walls with desks. It's effectively a set of cubicles, but even the dividing walls are made of old wood. Everything's polished and smells of beeswax. There are perhaps half a dozen desks that you can see, and there are shelves with metal boxes containing papers all around, and you can see they contain paper because most of them are on the floor at this point. Yeah, exactly, Jory. Beeswax polish, so smells of honey.
Nice.
This is my streams. Everyone just fixates on the furniture. I love it. I've had people discussing what sofa they want to buy based on what they're watching in a horror game. One of the windows has been smashed outwards.
I can't imagine how that happened.
Can't imagine how that happened. And standing in front of that window, is a bulky gentleman who looks like several coconuts have been sewn under his shirt for effect.
Right.
In silhouette, you can see clearly that his nose at some point has been squashed flat to his face and never particularly got reset again. So it basically zigzags.
Yeah, Drot. Same
Yo.
question. Where are the coconuts?
Where are the coconuts? Under his shirt, so you can't see them.
Yeah, but where would you place on a shirt? Can you point to the door where the 2 coconuts are placed underneath the shirt?
That would be over the biceps. Biceps and shoulders. Yes. Yeah.
Someone had to say it.
Well, great. Now I'm having a. Do you remember the old Jungle Book cartoon with Baloo in disguise? Now I have that in my head. Thanks.
I just want to know if there is somebody up on top of a castle wall somewhere asking where he got the coconut.
Memo. Apparently, my descriptive powers have escaped me.
I mean, every Witcher game has its own Monty Python reference, so I mean, it would be dumb not to.
Moliere, everything about this guy is massive. Everything is overdeveloped. Modern day, you'd assume he was on steroids. Let's put it that way. And
So
definitely a
it's
gym bunny.
basically left over from Witcher 2.
Yeah, slightly shorter, but yeah. He is very, very muscly, and it's not decorative muscle.
I'm not going to ask this information now because that would be cheating, but after the fight is over, I'd kind of like to know how his body compares to Blake's. In terms of the body stat, by the way, for those not familiar with the game, it is actually an attribute in the game.
Yes,
Covers
it is.
strength and constitution.
Are we
Yeah.
just going to have like a Muscle Man show? Where they just stand next to each other?
Yeah, ironically, if Hamus were here, he'd recognise these two.
Them.
Yeah. Yes. The other person,
They back down really easy.
the other one in the room, is a weasel in human form. He's skinny. He's got a permanently scowling face. And everything is just pointy and sharp about him. And he is currently holding one of the boxes of files, which he is currently tossing around over his shoulder. Yeah, I quite like weasels, but they are bitey. And they are fast as fuck.
They are so cute.
Oh yeah, they are. They're also carnivores.
There's a video of someone with a pet weasel, and it's so small that they get their thumb, and the weasel will wrestle the thumb because it's so small.
I know.
Wrestle the thumb.
They are. It's when you realise that they're this big and they're high-end carnivores, and you just think
Yeah,
somebody
they
got the
rabbits.
scale wrong.
I
Yeah.
love mustelids. I love them.
Yeah, they were definitely designed in feet and then made in millimeters. Okay. So, Nell, what you gonna do? You have this ratty person who is perhaps three or 4 meters ahead of you. Straight ahead. There are no shelves and no cubicles on the left-hand wall as you look at it. To the right, you would have to go over or around 2 low cubicle walls to get to Lumpy. They do have real names, I'm just not telling you. You haven't been introduced.
I mean,
Rude.
mechanically I would like to attack because they're bad people, but that's also not something that you just do. So I think she's just
But not
gonna...
necessarily sensible.
Yeah. I mean, she's just gonna just ask, like, oh, you're not supposed to be here, are you? Because, I mean, that's just...
No, that's fair. That is fair.
Walks in on a murder scene, sees Fred Jason wielding chainsaw. You don't think you're supposed to be here?
Gosh golly, old chap.
For
Well, I
that,
mean, 'cause
sorry.
they don't have any weapons pointed at her, do they?
Yeah.
I should have asked that.
They do not have any weapons pointed at her. Lumpy.
I get that they threw out that
Yeah.
woman out of the window,
One is
but...
throwing paper, the other is throwing persons.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from this thing.
Lumpy is currently gripping the window frames, and you can see he does not have any weapons in his hands.
Is he looking out of the window?
Yes.
Because I know it's not my turn yet, but can Blake see him from
Yes.
below? Oh, brilliant. Right, that changes what I'm doing on my end.
Oh god, he's got his crossbow, hasn't he?
No, well, I can't remember whether he brought his crossbow with him, but it certainly wouldn't be loaded and ready at the moment.
That's fair.
I'm pretty sure you did bring it with you when you were leaving.
Yeah, I think I probably did.
Because you were going with us as like muscle backup. I was about to say emotional
Yeah.
backup.
Yeah.
Oh, that too, if you want.
Is he your emotional support man at arms?
yeah. This is our emotional support men of ours.
It's an emotional
When he breaks
support
Man at
anyway.
heart.
Men at heart.
But yeah, no, I think that's all Nell is really gonna do. I'm actually not sure that, because she has a longsword, but I'm not sure that she would have brought that with her. Honestly, I mean, she thought she was just going to be in.
Going armed is fairly standard. Going armed is not frowned upon in your daily business, and you, as a merchant, you would be prepared to defend yourself. Because there are always going to be ne'er-do-wells who quite like the money that you've earned.
And we did swing by the shop before we went here, too, so it is possible that we could pick up our weapons.
Yep.
Right, yeah, so she has it, but she hasn't drawn it yet because, like, she's not gonna attack them if they don't attack her first, which they will, probably, but, you know.
No, that's perfectly reasonable. I can get behind that. We lost video. They've lost Felix's video feed. Felix, would you like to move or?
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
Yeah.
Looks fine here.
I've lost
I
knights,
have
actually.
a frozen
Typically
screen,
knights.
Felix.
Oh, okay.
Just night that's a lot of people.
No, it's everybody's moving, including both Felix and Knight. Now I'm confused.
Yeah, so we just can't. We've lost each other. Me
Yeah.
and Knights have lost.
The only really important thing is, so long as Drat can see everybody,
Yes.
then the
Yeah,
stream
quite.
gets everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
Weird.
Yeah. You all are. That's a default.
Cool.
You wouldn't be playing this if you weren't. So, Nell does her "you're not supposed to be here." Ratty looks over at you and sneers. His sneer is, "Get out of here, little girl."
You go home, talk to you like that.
They just stand on death warrant right there.
He doesn't know my age.
Yep. Also, you're an armourer. I would imagine little is not something that's naturally going to be applied. But yes, he is very, very much of the get the hell out. That's his attitude. Lumpy has not noticed you're there because the man has bricks in his head. Everything he does is thinking through clay. Although not literally, because golems are a thing in this. But I'm also not a gate, so I'm not putting you up against one. Okay. So, they're freaking nasty. So, next after that is Blake of Carefon.
Great. Oi, you up there. I'm talking to you. I want a word with you. Get down here now.
It's partly, to be fair, that's why Lumpy hasn't noticed that Nell's come into the room, because he was expecting a splat, and you've completely thrown his game off.
As he's saying this, he is gently laying the... It was a woman, wasn't it?
Yes.
I think you said.
It's a blonde woman. She's not feeling right. She is feeling like she's been I was going to say filleted, but that's not quite where I'm going with that. She's feeling broken in your arms. But
very gently down,
yeah, she is groaning as she does, and her eyes are flickering open.
Oh dear, I really want to go and hurt that man, but on the other hand, do I actually have any first aid skills?
I very much doubt it.
I opted to be good at hurting people and not good at helping the people I hurt or my friends when they.
Okay.
So I'm fine. I don't need to feel bad about abandoning her. I can just leave her there and draw my sword.
She is currently alive. She is currently even still conscious. Okay.
Oh, I've only got about 3 seconds, so I don't think I can add anything to what I've already said.
Okay. Lumpy has not taken his action, so he is going to respond with a... Businesses are yours.
Oh, for a longer combat round, so I could answer that.
Why are you blowing 3 stamina points? I want to have a chat.
I think, to be honest, I've already spoken 3 seconds worth of speech. Even stamina points are not going to extend the time available to me.
Okay.
It's like how much you
Although
can
it's not exactly 3
use
seconds,
your
it
lungs
is.
to,
Right.
If I spend stamina, I can speak really quickly.
You do have a move action available to you. Because you've only taken your speech action.
Well, no, my action was to gently put this woman down.
Oh, true.
I was assuming that was taking up my action for the
Yes,
You're
good
not gonna use
point.
it
My
for
apologies.
And without knowing what his response is going to be, I don't think I could have used stamina to react to his response before. So I think, yeah, that's going to be it for that now.
Okay. Okie dokie. However, you are distracting Lumpy, which, to be fair, is
If
fair
Lumpy
DC.
hadn't been in the window, I'd have put her down and spent the stamina to go up the stairs. But as it is, I think I'm stuck here.
Okay. But only for this round. So, we will therefore go down to Dondrick, who's pulled himself up off his knees, off the stairs, and can actually do something.
Yeah, so I'm going to get up, and I'm going to head into the room after Nell. Keep my rushing up that was failed and continue it, and hopefully not land on my face again. This is the second time in this campaign that
God, yes!
Completely fallen, but that's fine. It's in character now. We're setting a precedent.
Yeah, AOT is definitely your position of choice, isn't it? It's just... Okay.
Like prone. Horizontal is my favorite. Vertical, overrated. Horizontal, that's where the shit
Yep.
is.
Yes, I'd like to point out that the people running into the fight with 2 thugs are both merchants. Just for the audience.
Man of arms is downstairs talking to them. This is
Yeah,
the way
craftsman,
that
yeah.
fights go, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the way it works. What are you doing? So, yes, your move action is going to get you into the room, into the office.
Yeah, so I'm just going to stand behind Nell. I'm going to put down the awl that I'm currently holding in my hand, because I realized against these 2 thugs, this little thing I'm using probably isn't going to be that much use. So I'm going to put it down and just put my hand on my mace instead. And go, yeah, I don't think you're really supposed to be here, are you?
Okay, we got Night back.
And is there any, like, can you do, like, a held action or something?
Kinda.
Or, like, you mentioned defensive actions as well. Well, basically what I want to do is I want to be ready to defend myself when or if they start rushing me. Because as I'm seeing it, we're kind of blocking the door right now. We're blocking the exit.
Okay. You get a defense every time somebody attacks you.
Okay.
Whether that be your freebie 1 per turn or whether you have to pay for it.
Okay. So
Okay.
in 5e, basically a reaction, I guess.
Effectively.
Translate.
Effectively, yeah. So, and we'll get on to defences in a moment. So, those are your actions. We are putting the players in place, basically. So, next round, and this time Lumpy has the initiative. Because Lumpy has bizarrely an 18 initiative. But he also has the brain of a carrot.
Is this like an ogre in Blood Bowl 2 where they have to roll to determine whether or not they actually take an action?
Yeah.
Yeah, please, can you just pick up the weasel and accidentally eat him?
He's
Same
taken...
thing like my rat ogres, he'll just stand there permanently for the entire match.
Yeah.
I fielded a rat ogre once. I didn't again. Sold
I
him.
took mine out of my team. It just was utterly pointless.
Yeah, I sold mine. Right. So, he has now noticed Nell.
Yay.
It's not quite registered Dondrick yet. Let's face it, he's on catch-up. But he looks out of the window,
Right.
and then at you two. Piss off. And then that's his action is actually the speech. However, he then moves. He is walking purposefully away from the window, kicking papers as he goes, and is walking around the edge of the cubicle dividers to get at you. He doesn't seem to be in a rush. He is very big.
Are we talking
Oh, how I
Juggernaut here?
wish I'd drawn my sword.
Yeah, he's not that tall. I mean, he is about 6 foot, but that's not ridiculous. It's more that he's almost that wide.
Oh.
He's got the whole bog roll under each arm walk.
It's 2 big coconuts.
Yep. It's got that I can't put my arms down by my side, so I've got to walk like that.
He
Job.
sleeps on his back. Sorry, I'm going to stop now. This, of course, is something inappropriate.
Plot twist, Lumpy as a square. Okay, so that is his actions. So he is next turn. He will definitely be in next round. He'll definitely be in the position to attack if it comes to it. So Ratty and Nell are on simultaneous. I will allow heroes go first.
But
Oh.
I found the rule on holding actions.
Oh,
Just so
what page am I on?
Holding actions. So on page 153, you can choose to hold your action. The initiative order continues as normal, but you can jump in and act before or after someone further down the initiative list. If you're
Oh,
holding at the end
Yep.
of the round, you must either use your turn or sacrifice it. You cannot hold your action and choose to act at the beginning of the next round.
that's it.
So yeah, basically, you can just say, I'm holding my action.
Yeah, but only within one round.
Unlike a lot of games, a lot of games that don't re-roll initiative every round will change your initiative when you use that action. This one doesn't seem to do it.
No. Apologies for that. Something that I'm reminding myself of with The Witcher and indeed RTG games in general, they do like their sidebars. Main rules are quite often in the sidebars. They just like to fit everything in.
Find it within the sidebar.
Yeah.
It's
Which
like
is
mutants hate for using actual numbers and have to use symbols instead, so you have to like kind of guess what number it's supposed to represent.
right.
Tell me it's not 6, damn it!
Yeah.
Anyway.
So Nell, heroes go first. My personal rule, standard one. So you get to act or tell me what you're doing first.
How was it? Could I can like switch out one action, like exchange a move for an action? Like, say if I wanted to say something and also. Like,
I will
Sure,
allow
that's
you
what
to
we thought.
talk
Is
at
that-
the same time as you're doing something else.
'cause,
So I don't have a problem with you doing that, unless you actually want to do it as verbal combat, in which case that becomes your action.
Yeah,
I
no,
would
because
think the only time that talking counts as an action, rather than just being something you can do, is if you're using verbal combat, where you're actually focusing on what you're doing.
Yep. So what would you like to do? And we'll see how it
she
works.
just wants to draw her sword and just say, right, that's close enough.
Yep, that's fine. I am happy with that. That's the draw action. You've still got a move available to you, if you wish, but you've used your action to draw your weapon.
I mean, I'm essentially in the doorway,
Mhm.
and the is behind that looks to be.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
there
think
isn't
we're like
much
basically
fight.
next. I'm slightly behind.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put you in front of me because
Yeah, armor class.
yeah, so no, I'm gonna stay put.
Armor class Dondrick.
Yeah, some of us had the unfortunately, that's a word now, to,
Yes, absolutely.
unfortunately to start the game, all of the games with less HP than everyone else. So
Yeah. Well,
It's my
to
turn
be
in life.
fair, you did go headfirst into a wall. Okay.
that's
I
not
think
what
an
happened.
unfortunate is when you let your 4-year-old model Mary, Jesus, and Joseph out of silly passage.
Oh, fish. But yeah, actually, yeah. So, Ratty is going to draw his knife. He's not running in to attack you, but he moves to flank. I'm referring to them as Ratty and Lumpy because, as I said, you've not been introduced.
Still
So
would.
technically, they should be Mr. Ratty and Mr. Lumpy. We haven't been introduced.
Could be Dr. Ratty. Does it look like a
Master
Dr.
Ratty?
Ratty? Oh, Master.
Sir Ratty.
Sir Ratty.
And
Oh,
Lord
he's
Lumpy.
definitely not a sir.
Lord Rash.
Madam?
Ma'am.
Could be.
It's fine.
Nobody's asking. Yeah. What are his personal pronouns?
He's my brother.
Say his. What are their
Yeah.
personal pronouns?
I get bullied by my players.
Right.
Have you noticed? I get bullied. I
Can
don't-
you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, we can hear you, Tom.
oh
Yes.
thank God.
Yeah, we can. You look very comfortable in the blanket there.
Hello. No, it's just that Felix said some things that I just said, and I was like, can people do it?
Oh yeah, we're just ignoring you. It's
We
fine.
said it basically the same
Oh,
time.
thanks.
No, it's all right. It overlapped, so unfortunately Felix has got through and yours didn't. You were just all red though on your bar, so I think it may have been on a slight delay.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm worrying, because it's been dodgy all day.
Same.
That everybody is online. Everyone's either watching streams or streaming in the
Yeah.
world at the
Almost
moment.
as if the whole country was on lockdown or something.
It's not like most countries everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sweden isn't, is it?
No, Sweden is.
No, but
Like our government.
It's almost like there's some
referred
kind
people's
of
common sense.
Crisis.
Yeah. So we're not in any official lockdown, but people have. We're under. Hey, common sense, guys. Don't go out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish we could do that. Right.
But it technically means that, you
That'd be
know,
so
people
nice
aren't
to live in
going
a
out to
country
eat,
where-
which means the entire restaurant business is failing.
Yeah.
So a lot of
God,
people.
tell me about it. Oh God. It's me in my empty bar, standing there
Yeah.
looking out with my kingdom of empty chairs.
Empty chairs and empty tables.
Yes, singing Let's Miss. That was my next line there.
Yeah. Anyone going into Les Mis and I start imposing penalties. Okay, so
There's a grief that can't be spoken.
okay, so yes, Ratty is
Can you
moving
hear the
up.
people sing though, singing a song of angry men. It's the music of a fighter who has failed to hit again.
It's cat herding. Games mastering is cat herding. Some days more than others.
Mine's too high
It's
of
fine,
it.
it's
Hey,
fine.
leaving.
Drat, you're going to take it out of us by just shanking us in 2 seconds. It's fine.
Did you just ask why I got hair on my head? Tal.
What?
Because something just came through really weirdly there. Okay.
No, I said Knight and I are behaving.
Oh, right, okay, so
The
just...
Knight and I are behaving.
I'm
We're all
sorry.
behaving. It's just some of us are behaving badly.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
I was so organised. I had all this sorted out and planned out. And
Hey, listen, I take notes.
yeah, you did. Right. Okay. So, yeah, you are now facing off against these two thugs. Lumpy is flexing his fists. Ratty is holding a long dagger. Neither of them is actually moving to attack you, but they definitely don't want you here. Okay, so we are on Blake.
Right. Well, this is awkward. This is going to cost me 3 stamina. I'm
Okay.
obviously coming up the steps. Oh, actually, no, because does moving count as my action? I can move
No,
and do
you
an
can move and you can act.
Yes, okay, so it's not going to cost me 3 stamina. Yeah, I'm coming up the stairs and drawing my cord. Because at the moment, I don't know whether these guys are armed, so I'm just assuming that they are. So the cord, for those not familiar with it, I believe is the richer equivalent of a cutlass.
It is one of the many, many cutlass-shaped models of swords, indeed. There are several
Oh, I thought it
things.
was like a robe. I get it.
There with a K.
Okay.
It's basically a Polish cutlass. Is the thing, but it's from, of course, in this era, swords were very much individualistic. If they were worth anything and they weren't simply churned out for the cheapest possible quality, then lengths varied, weights varied, length of grip varied, width of blade. It would all have been designed for the user.
Of going to your local weaponsmith and finding that he has a rack of swords and you just pick up a generic longsword is a complete myth.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you could do so, but you know, there'd be the cheapest piece of crap that was designed basically to arm your peasants in case bandits came over the hills.
And even then, only if there was he thought there was a market for those swords, or he wouldn't have made them in the first place.
Military
the only
issue.
sword would be military issue, yeah.
Yeah, military issue swords, Viper, are a different matter. They would be made to a standard pattern for efficiency purposes, but otherwise you're
My guy's
basically
a mercenary, so he wouldn't have had a military issue or
Yeah.
anything. He was armed himself
I guess a
with
literal
whatever he picked up
freelancer.
along the way, because this would not be the weapon he started with. That is one that he picked up probably off somebody's body at some point along the way and said, "Oh, I quite like this. I'll keep it."
Yep, it's one of the recognised compensation packages, isn't it? Loot the dead.
That's probably yeah.
Yep,
So yeah, heading up the stairs, drawing my sword.
that's your action.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I can get as far as bursting into the room, I will do. But
You can indeed burst into the room. Just inside the door are the two merchants, two craftsmen. Dondrick and Nell are standing with Nell at least is weapon out, and
well, obviously dressed in a hurry.
and you are facing now the big guy who threw the woman out of the window and a ratty-looking, nasty person with a long dagger.
Okay.
Are you blowing through
Do I have
stamina?
time to speak, or
You can,
am I-
yeah.
I could blow through stamina, couldn't I? Yeah. Is there actually a path between Dondrick and Nell? There room for me to get between them and go straight for Lumpy.
I would actually ask you for an athletics check.
Athletics check.
To basically, yeah, I mean, you're basically trying to shoulder through as if it were a rush hour on the tube.
Yeah, I don't have a bad base dexterity.
Uh-huh.
Strangely, I neglected to give this man athletics. I think I
Oops.
just ran out of points. So,
He skipped leg day.
Yeah.
It'll be
yeah,
like that.
apparently so.
Yeah. Yeah, his job is standing there looking impressive and then hitting you when you come to him.
Yeah, he can't get to you, but if you reach him, he's pretty good with a blade. Under the circumstances, I don't really think it's worth me spending the 3 stamina pile on athletics roll.
Okay. Right.
Burst in through the door with an "I was talking to you."
Okay.
Nell isn't saying it, but in her mind she's going, "Oh, thank God."
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, God, somebody
I would
competent.
have been to shout the blade. This is...
Well, you just put away an awl, Felix. You had a sharp, pointy thing this long that was designed to put holes in goods.
Yes, exactly. I was ready.
Yeah.
Like, it's not very efficient to swing a warhammer in a staircase. Was my kind of amazing staircase was my thought. And I was trying to be sneaky. Of course, I failed my roll for that as well because that's all I do in this game. But the thought was there.
Yes.
The thought counts.
I apologise that you failed your roll. I am sorry about this.
Yeah, I hold you personally accountable for failing
Absolutely.
my roll.
Yep, it's entirely my fault. Full of Rome, that's my fault. Okay.
You better, damn.
So, initiative rolls back round to Lumpy, who has had enough of this standoffship. Oh, yeah, sorry, my apologies, Dondrick. I apologise, you've right off the bottom of the tracker. I'm looking, I don't know if anyone else is looking at the tracker, but basically it's bad guy, Nell, Blake.
But we can't see the
People not in this fight. Dondrick. Somewhere over by my front door. That's how far down the tracker he is.
I think with a -1 initiative, he's actually so slow, he acts next round.
Yeah.
He's already around behind us all.
Yep.
There's a grief that can't be broken if the pain goes down and on.
Okay. Dondrick, what are you doing?
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to take a couple of steps to the side to allow a smooth passage for Blake.
Okay.
Our Lord and Savior, our man at arms, our cuddly little dude with his big weapons.
Yep.
And I am going to... Alright, so you're clearly outnumbered here. Maybe it's better if you just take a step back and lay down your arms. And I'm going to pull out my Warhammer as well.
Okay.
No, don't know what's saying Warhammer. It's a mace, and I'm not going to pull it out. Does that count as verbal combat?
It will be an intimidation check. Not every interaction is verbal combat. This is going to be intimidation, if you recall correctly. So that is going to be... The only complaint I've got about this rule set is why did they decide everything had to be so freaking dark? Trust me, it's really annoying. I know, but I quite like some contrast on the writing. The labels down the side of the character sheet are dark grey on a black background.
Yeah, those are a bit...
Yeah, it's a bit
Also, quick question,
It looks good, it's not very useful.
Yeah. Yes, quick question.
With my human trustworthy, are these people human? Because I get a +1 to charisma, does that count on intimidation as well?
Right. Yes, they are human. And yes, any bonuses that apply to humans from that are indeed a thing. Races.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's intimidation though.
Yeah. If you're trying this as an intimidation, then no. If you're trying it as a persuasion, then yes.
Well, I am trying to talk to the logic in the fact that we are 3 people with weapons and they are 2. You're the one that has very big coconuts.
So instead of get out or we'll kill you, you're going with you really ought to see that you probably ought to leave or we're going to kill you.
Yes, the second one.
Right, so that's more
And
persuasive.
specifically,
Okay.
I wanted to lay down their arms and...
You want them to actually... You want them to... Yes. Okay.
Surrender.
So I put down my sword and you put down your... yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So...
Let's just all remove our hands from our swords and talk like adults.
Okay. Make me a persuasion check, please.
Come on.
You okay there, buddy?
That's. Give me a second. I just need to count. God, I hate. Where's my persuasion? Give me a second. I just need to check my bonuses. So I get a +1 as well, right?
Yep.
That's that's a 2.
Did you just roll a total
rolled
of 2?
Yeah, I rolled a 1, -4, +5.
And your
Who did that?
stats?
You do have
Yeah, no,
anything other
yeah.
than 1 on that die, yeah?
I threw it away. It's over there now. I don't care for it.
So
anymore.
hang on. I mean, you've got 4 in persuasion.
Yes, so 1, and then I rolled a 4 on the
Yeah.
other one because it explodes.
So that's -3.
Oh right, -3. I did it on my calculator. My calculator lied to me.
Yeah, the 1 still counts
Wait,
as a point.
1. Oh.
We've always run it as counting.
It does. I checked.
Still unclear.
Yeah, I checked.
So how do I map this? Like
So you're adding your persuasion to your empathy.
Well, no, that I know. I'm trying to figure out the basic math of my 1 -4.
Okay, so this is working out as empathy plus persuasion +1
Yep.
-4.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't take math in school.
This
I
is
took
why we need
advanced-
Bryn as a guest star.
Okay. Persuasion.
I took advanced math in school. I just want to make that clear.
Okay.
I can't do basic subtraction.
Okay. Persuasion.
What's
Yes,
0 times
okay, no.
9, Felix? What's 0 times
But
9?
no.
Zero. I know it's gonna be a +5 in the end, but it's 1. It's first a 1, and then
Okay.
it's -4.
Right.
So that's a -3
Right.
+5.
Right.
That's 2. Yeah.
And your empathy.
No, the empathy is already added. It's 1 -4.
No, it's
then
not.
Plus the 5.
No. Only if you've got only a 1 empathy.
No, but it's plus. I've already. Oh,
Your persuasion is 4.
I know. It's not on my. I'm looking at this thing, and it's.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't.
It's
read.
okay.
The mapping is a problem. The reading comprehension is
Don't worry.
+7. So that's a 9.
Okay. It still
I'm
fails.
here to, yes,
but-
but I'm here to halt the stream with my terrible math skills.
No, that's absolutely fine. I am really sorry I wasn't clear. I apologise horribly.
Oh, it's alright.
It's okay. It's okay. I just wasn't quite anticipating you taking over from Fish for rolling all the negatives.
Neither were I.
Yep. Okay, so it fails, but it isn't a fumble. If it comes out as a negative number after all your adds, then it's a fumble. This isn't a fumble. You're okay. You've just failed.
It's not the worst fail I've had today.
No, disturbingly, we're not that far into the session, and that's not the worst fail you've had today.
This is just Dondrick's life.
Yep.
This is.
However, you can safely take a couple of steps to the side and bristle a bit, bring yourself up to your full height, and deliver the. Maybe you want to put things down.
Yeah, and yeah. It's yeah.
Yeah. Lumpy looks at you as though he's recently scraped you off his shoe and charges. So,
Who is Lumpy charging at?
Lumpy is charging at Dondrick because Lumpy has the brain of a lemon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the last person who spoke is the one, like, as soon as you move, the T-Rex gets you.
Exactly, yeah.
Is one allowed to use your defense on somebody else's behalf?
Yes.
Good. Is Lumpy charging with a weapon or without a weapon?
Lumpy is unarmed.
Right, okay.
His
I believe
bond-
it's armed
so
with
it's
coconuts.
Remove his arm!
Yeah, he has just his coconuts.
Yeah, he's unarmed, but I'm unarmored. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Lumpy is wearing a gambeson over his shirt, by the way. But to be honest, most people wear gambesons over their shirt. They're fairly standard gear.
I'm very happy that I will be able to examine the stitching of that gambeson very up close in just a second.
Yep. So, the thing I will ask for is I will ask for this as basically an extra defense for Blake.
I'm actually not going to be using my defense because I really can't parry his fist with my sword. That would be mean.
Yes, so he's charging at me. Be mean.
You could parry with the flat of your blade.
Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah.
Actually, I could parry with the hilt, couldn't I?
Yeah.
I could just hit him with the hilt just to block that way. So yeah, okay, I will spend the 3 stamina.
I mean, you're familiar with how the hilt of a sword can be extremely useful. You can basically, pommel his arm.
Okay,
Stop.
I can't get my stamina.
Ah, can't you?
I have to spend stamina.
I don't know.
Maybe I have to
Minus
spend it
4.
on the main page. Nope, I can't do it on there either. That's interesting.
Okay. Weird.
We may still have some glitches with this. because
Yeah. Fan-made's a thing.
Stamina.
Yeah. Looking for
Hang on, let me
combat.
try something. What if I actually roll 2 defenses?
Okay.
Will it automatically remove? No, that won't remove stamina for doing that. So it won't let me manually do it, and it won't do it automatically. So other than that, it's fine. It's still fun. Excuse me while I get a piece of paper and a pencil. And
I've
write
just
down
changed
my
your stamina.
Oh, thank you. That makes life easier. My stamina has not changed by enough. It's 3 for an extra action and defense.
It's 1 for an extra defense. It's 3 for an
Oh, is it
extra
only
action.
1 for defense?
Yes.
I think it's 3 for an action. Sorry.
Yeah. So I've charged you the 1 for defense.
Okay, so yeah, I will. Which way round? I'm trying to visualize this. Which way round are they standing? Is Dondrick on my left or
Dondrick
my
is
right?
standing to your right.
Oh, that makes life easy because that's the side where the sword is.
Yeah.
Literally just whacking the guy's arm out of line with the hilt of my sword. Then,
Yep.
if I make this.
Yeah, roll it.
So presumably the way this works, it's been a while and we never really did much combat. Presumably I'm making a swordsmanship roll, and does that replace the normal difficulty, or?
That becomes his difficulty to hit, yes.
That's what-
Your difficulty to hit is their defense, is basically the way it works.
So he needs 19s. To
He
hit
needs
that.
19s. Holy hellfire. Right, his brawling, that's a 2.
But he will get to add to that.
He
I'm
does
sure
get
he's
to
got
add to that.
17 brawling.
He does. He does, in fact, have 8 brawling, so that's 10. And he's got a body and so a strength I'm not actually telling you. But that's still not
So
adding
brawling
up
is
to 19.
17, is it?
Oh, brawling is strength, I think.
It's reflex.
Oh, is it reflex still? Oh, God. You're right. My apologies. Oh, sod it. Okay, yeah, he's nowhere near 19 then. And hello, Alexia. So,
Hello,
yes,
indeed.
he takes a big swing at Dondrick, obviously with the intent of turning him into paste, and then cracked across the bone of his forearm.
Just almost lazily just reaches
Yeah.
out with the hilt, just whacks it.
Yeah. And by the way, being hit there, king hurts. Really a lot. Okay, so yes, that successfully defends against his attack. So that brings it round to Ratty and Nell simultaneously.
Because Buddy is still like off standing where he used to be.
Ratty is going to be moving this turn, but he moves at the same time as you. I'm just
Yeah.
giving you a chance to declare first.
I mean, no, she still doesn't wanna. She is still very much just a craftsman trying to trying to get by, and until Blake actively actually attacks instead of defending, she is just gonna stay on the
Okay.
as well, I think.
Okay.
Blake hasn't started chopping yet.
Right.
So she's just gonna be prepared to defend, especially Dondrick, who has an awl in
Okay.
his pocket.
Oh,
And just be ready to back up Blake.
Okay.
When,
So,
as needed.
shall we go with you holding your action until the end of the round in response
Yeah.
to aggression? So, if you want, you can then attack at the end of the round. If, as he is about to do, Ratty actually takes a turn of speed and heads straight for you. He is thrusting. He's
Wahoo.
thrusting his dagger towards your face. And he's making a fast attack. So,
This means mechanically familiar.
what this means is that you have 2 quick stabs coming towards your face.
Oh, you cut out there before.
You have 2 quick stabs coming towards your face.
Yay.
That's roughly where he's aiming. Where he'll actually hit is down to the hit location table.
If I spend 2 stamina, can I block them as well?
No. You're facing the wrong direction now. No, I'm sorry. This is...
Stealing my thunder and not letting me do the entire fight on my own.
Your first defense is free. If you want to defend twice, then you will need to spend a point of stamina, which I will take off your character.
Right.
And your defences are the defences that are available to you. Come on, Drat, for God's sake. It's the thing, it kind of does things slightly weirdly.
If I remember rightly, it's basically block, dodge, and relocate.
Yes. Block, parry, dodge, relocate.
Okay, because I just have block or parry.
Okay, well, I need to know which.
I think she's gonna block the first and then try to parry the second. For variety's sake, I don't know if there's mechanically any difference, but let's go with that.
Can I just clarify how we're doing this in this game? Is it? Would I be correct in guessing that block is just putting something in the way, like a shield, and parry is actually blocking it with a weapon? Is that the way they're defining rules?
I'm just literally trying to pull up the rules.
Looking that up.
I'm
Okay.
literally looking it up as we speak, Fish.
It's the problem that the same terminology is used in different games to mean slightly different.
Okay, yeah. Block. You can choose to attempt to block an incoming attack with your weapon, shield, or even yourself. Only a shield can block ranged attacks. Roll your weapon skill to negate an attack with your weapon. Roll melee to negate an attack with a shield. Whatever you parry takes 1 point of damage. If you're in a seriously tight fix or protecting someone else, you can attempt to block an attack with your arm or hand. If you succeed, that's if you're using brawling. If you succeed, you immediately take the attack's damage to that location. Parry. You can parry an attack at -3 to your weapon, melee, or brawling roll. If you succeed, you knock the opponent's weapon aside and not only negate the attack, but do so without damaging your weapon. Your opponent is also staggered. This is a specific term that has an effect. You cannot parry bow or crossbow attacks, but can parry thrown weapons.
Please, miss, can I ask a question?
Okay.
Since I didn't take the penalty, I presumably blocked on the last, the attack against Dondrick.
Yeah.
Can I assume that his arm has not done a point of damage to my sword?
His arm has not done a point of damage to your sword.
Yeah, just checking.
No. No. His arm
Alright.
has not done a point of damage to your sword. I am not that much of a git weasel.
But yeah, then I think Nella's gonna try to parry the first strike, then in hope of disarming.
Okay.
So what do I roll?
Right, you
Tell me
roll
what-
swordsman. Okay, you're looking at the swordsmanship skill.
Gotta scroll, it's... Bad. Okay. So it's a straight.
It's. Oh god, you don't have the skill.
No, apparently not.
Okay, so
I don't know.
reflex plus a d10 minus 3.
Let's hope for a decent roll.
On the other hand, we
That's
did
not a
we did
decent
do it
roll
wrong.
at all.
So it only needs to
What did you
succeed.
say? Plus reflex minus 3,
Yep,
right?
yep.
That's a strong 4, my dudes.
Okay, that now is his difficulty to hit you.
It was nice knowing you.
However, Tal can testify this is not necessarily a fatal situation.
So Anil, when we both die, what kind of stuff are you thinking about setting up now when you don't have any cost? Just wondering for free.
I'll have to find new craft folk.
You're not going to believe
Can you
me.
surprise us?
You are seriously not going to believe me.
Don't tell me you rolled a 1.
Please tell me.
I won't tell you. But I am.
We'll infer it.
I'll put monsters there like, please.
Honest to God, I rolled a 1.
Nice.
So, he may still hit you. He might still hit you. If he rolls like a 1 again, I can turn them up if that is a problem for people.
Turns up.
I can up people's volumes.
This is where we reveal we've all been deliberately speaking quietly until that turns us up and we'll then all shout.
Thing is, I wouldn't put it past you. Okay, I have whacked up their sound. I hope that's okay. That's a bit better for people.
So now nobody speaks so they can't tell.
Exactly.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So now, yes, everyone goes into respectful silence. Thank you very much.
The one time we kept silent.
Well, to be fair,
Right.
I could go and Google after if you wanted.
So that's okay. So that's minus 5. I think he has still hit you. You know. So that
And just totally
is-
off topic, but relevant to the stream. Don't you love the idea of glancing across at chat and seeing "Hi Satan" repeating down the line?
Yes.
and hello. Hello,
And
Satan.
indeed, hello.
Hello, Satan. Satan joins and drugs start running awfully. This is what we live for.
Yeah. Thank you for that. He has still hit you, unfortunately, with the first attack
What did
because
roll?
he
I
got a
wanna
total
know.
of 7.
Dang it.
He's a bit good.
He fumbles and he still hits.
That's the thing. I love that you can roll a 1 and be in negative numbers on the dice and still have come out with a positive number. It's only a fumble if it is a final negative number. So, that's his first
I
attack.
like, because in a lot of games it's too easy to fumble.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did some quick
Correct.
estimates during a HEMA session with Drat at one point, and I worked out with the number of swings that we were making just based on a nat 1 fumble in D&D terms. We should have both fumbled about 20 times over
Yeah.
the course of and never happened.
Yeah. I think, 3 times ever?
You know
Assuming
what's
that
bad
the
about it?
catching you in the face was counting as a fumble.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Does hitting your opponent in the face count as a fumble if you're not trying to? I think
Yeah.
it probably.
Only if you're trying not to hit them in the face, with hitting him in the face being fumble.
I mean, the rules that we play
It was
by
a fumble
is-
on my defense, I think, rather than a fumble on.
Okay, Fishy is now clipping quite badly, so I will turn you actually down slightly. It's just you've got the boomy voice. Okay. So he is...
Because I'm just lousy at forgery.
Okay, so he actually hits you in the... He's going for the head, bless him, but, doesn't hit you there. He actually hits you in the left arm.
Oh no.
Really, you shift away. That
Are
way.
you wearing any armour?
Let's see. I am assuming I do not, as I do not see that on my character sheet anywhere. And then
Yeah, I don't think we were allowed to pick armor.
no, I don't think so either.
Okay. That's not a problem. So you're taking actually half of its normal damage. Yes. Sorry, somebody drutted.
I think someone coughed.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay. It's not my fault. It sounds like a drop.
Maybe one of the ghosts has escaped from Darkfall and has appeared on this stream and is talking to you.
Thanks. That makes me feel so much better, Fish. Because that didn't freak me out at all.
Could be worse. Could be the rats that have escaped from their
There's no need for that. No need for that at all, dear. Okay. So I did pull out the weapons tables. Can I just say, I do adore the cover of Witcher Easy Mode, because that's the easiest place to keep weapon stats. Which has a parrot with a dagger in its mouth. Right.
Available soon or now, shouldn't we?
Sorry?
Should have a GM screen available now.
That is out. That's with Lords and Lands. So I own that. I actually bought it. So yeah, I have a GM screen available. Which is also where I got the stats for halflings.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool. So he's doing a d6 plus 2 damage to you. Which is 3, which unfortunately will round down because it's only 5. So that rounds down to 3. No, it doesn't. It rounds down to 2. That's annoying.
Oh, keep rounding. Keep rounding. You'll get it down to none eventually.
No, you take 2 points of damage to your left arm. And
where do I the different
hit locations are on.
Okay, we hit
Because I only have
location
hit points.
sums off your hit points. The
Yeah.
hit location more for
It's for armor.
when doing it for
Sorry.
your general play and for criticals, which
Yeah.
will affect the appropriate body part.
You take half damage because arms take half damage. It's harder to get a solid hit on an arm.
So I just take 2 hit points.
You
off
just
my
take 2 hit
maximum.
points off your total. You
Sweet.
now, anything involving your left arm is now done at a -3 penalty until you get that sorted out. And for future reference, armour, I suspect, is something that you guys are going to be wearing.
Or at least shopping for, or making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna be a couple of all-nighters making
Go
it
open grade stock.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to use block for my next defense.
Okay. I will take a point of your stamina for that then, because that's how it works. And you can then roll block.
Which I roll how?
Which again is swordsmanship.
Yeah, which I don't have. So just reflex again.
Yeah.
Give me a better roll. But no minuses this time, right?
No.
The -3 from
No.
parry is not, no.
No, this is just you are no, you're rolling just normally now. That's fine.
Well, that is slightly better. That's an 8.
Okay.
So, this time my die rolled a 3 instead of a 2. Ah.
Okay.
I don't like that die anymore.
Okay, so he has a base of. Well, unfortunately, he has hit you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's hit you in the. Really? Okay. I don't know what he's got against your left arm, but I'm inclined to say not much, and you're probably not going to have much against either. So just checking the critical table. No, he does actually have to roll a 10 to get a crit on you. You're lucky.
Okay. I mean, my left arm is the one that is bruised currently, so I guess that,
Yep, he is stabbing you in the left arm, and he's doing it for... Ooh, 4 points.
halved?
No, that's after halving. He rolled well.
Oh, hey ho, 4 points. There we
Stab.
go. Stab. I am being stabbed.
You are indeed getting stabbed. There is...
I blocked the wrong person.
Yep. Well, Batty doesn't like her. She talked to him and didn't back
Does
down.
this mean I now have my action that I was holding, or was that spent for defense?
No, you can have your attack action. And since that's involving your right arm... Ooh. Yeah, it's involving your right arm, not your left. Gloss over that.
Yeah.
Just because we know what longswords actually are, but we know how longswords are implemented in this game. We know those are 2 different things.
But yeah, so, I mean, she is probably panicking at this point and is going to just slash.
Okay.
So that is normal attack.
That is going to be... It's going to be 2 attacks. You do get to use your fast attack. So you can take 2 strikes at him, which will force him to defend twice.
Yeah. But that is just plus my swordsmanship then.
That is, yes, swordsmanship. Dice plus swordsmanship plus stat.
Yeah. Plus stat? What's that?
Swordsmanship is done on reflex, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Right. Oh, it's getting up there, math. That is a 12.
Okay. So his defense is not on the D6. What was I rolling on D6 for? What the hell, Drup? Let's see what his defense is.
I'm sorry for taking up so much time of this session by just rolling my.
I was expecting the first combat actually to go for quite a while.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just,
We're all learning. Well, most of us are learning the system.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you guys
Learn through
mostly.
doing.
Yeah, you're new to it.
Oh no!
Oh dear! I just seen chat.
Oh, I thought you rolled badly for me.
No, unfortunately, it's his weapon skill plus his reflex, which is going to give him a total of 15. So your first attack misses. So your second attack, his defense is... Oh, shit. Hang on.
Hopefully that's good for us and bad for him.
That's a technical term.
Oh, bollocks, 10s explode.
Well then,
His defense is made of titanium.
No, I have a feeling
It's
that was
just
a
too
1
easily.
followed by a 10. I think it's exploding downwards.
So his defense is minus 14. Now, technically, these top out at 0, okay?
but guys, I could still fail this because I could also.
You could also fumble worse.
Yeah.
It's purely for comparison. For functional purpose.
Let's see how bad I fumble.
Oh god.
No.
Oh,
We're just rolling poorly, all of us. This is just a bad time.
It's minus plus it's the -2. So I'm still better, right?
Technically, yes. You just... No, unfortunately, you fumbled. Because it came out as a total overall negative. It's just he really fucked up the defense. You could have got away with any kind of strike that did any good at all. And anything would have hit him. Except a fumble. Okay.
Pathetic to watch, in other words, is all I'm hearing.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I make swords. I'm not supposed to use them.
Right, so you fumbled on a melee attack. Would you like to roll a d10, please? And I'll tell you what you did.
I would not, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
You're gonna do it anyway.
A 3.
Okay, no major fumble. You actually got lucky.
Yeah.
You got lucky. You didn't kill Blake. or yourself.
Ooh.
Or break your sword.
I mean, no, a broken sword we can handle. Broken things are fine.
A broken blade.
Are within our wheelhouses.
You've got to get over 9 on the fumble roll to hit Blake.
Not good.
So,
Yeah, wounding a nearby ally is definitely unlikely. Right. So
I do
you're
like,
fine.
it's so often missing from fumble tables. I do like number 7. Your weapon lodges in a nearby object and it takes it around for free. Because that is so cinematic. The idea that you lunge at somebody and get your sword stuck in the door.
Yep.
But it's still missing on fumble tables.
Yep. Okay, so that was horrible. So now we are on Blake.
I'm going to sit behind my shield now.
You now have the choice.
Despite there being 2 attackers,
Yep.
only one of them is using a weapon at the moment. So I'm going
Correct.
to concentrate. And I am going to make a strong attack and a pommel strike. I'm going to attempt to hit Ratty on the top of the head with the pommel of my sword very, very hard while saying, enough of that.
As a slow attack.
As a strong attack.
As a strong attack, sorry. So that's at -3. Because
So
strong
it's
attacks
a
are.
-3.
And double damage if it hits.
Yep. But it's also...
-4, I want
It
to
is-
say.
doing half damage because it's a pommel strike and the damage is non-lethal. So it works out that I'm rolling at -3.
Right, if you want to...
I'm trying to hit him on the head.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to hit him on the head, which ideally I am. That may be a purely role-playing issue if the penalty's too high. But damage-wise, yeah, but normal damage and non-lethal
Yeah.
by combining strong attack with pommel strike.
Oh, by the way, I apologise. You're not actually taking a penalty to your actions. It's the penalty to hit. So the head is a -6 to hit.
Yeah, so I'd be at -9 if
Yeah.
I actually try and hit him on the head with a strong attack.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's probably quite quick and will get out of my way if I do that. So much though I want to hit him on the head, and in terms of narrative, that's what he's just trying to bring the thing down, smack on top of his head,
Right.
and not actually taking the full shot.
Okay, you're just rolling it.
So yeah.
Okay, so he will blow a point of stamina and roll a defense because he's not happy. Oh no, he will have to blow a point of stamina.
Yes, it's not.
He's not happy about this. Well, that's pants. Okay, so you are looking at a 14 difficulty to hit.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get. That's better. For some reason, the adjustment box wasn't taking my -3. So I have now applied my -3, and will now make a roll on my swordsmanship.
Uh-huh.
So with the -3, that's a 16.
Oof. Made it by 2. Roll a d10,
slightly better
please.
than me.
Yeah.
Blake is pretty good with a sword. It's not his best weapon. He
No.
didn't bring his best weapons with him. But he is pretty good with a sword.
Okay, roll a d10 for hit location, please.
Okay, D10 for hit location. I'll just do that with real dice. That's a 6 for hit location.
Right, you've hit his left arm, because apparently everyone's left arm's magnetic today. So you will do half delivered damage.
Okay.
I mean, in my experience, the left arm is what you leave open when you attack.
Oh, look at that! It automatically rolled a location when I rolled
okay.
my damage.
If you want to take that- No.
It's just the right arm instead. It doesn't really make any
Yeah.
difference. So half that, you say?
Mm-hmm.
That's a cracking roll. That's a meat roll. 2 1s and a 2 in there.
Ouch. But there's still 14
So that's-
damage.
In total, No, well, no, because it's halving it
Yeah.
because I've hit him on the arm.
I know,
So
but
I've
it
only
was still 7.
non-lethal damage. That was shit.
Yeah.
For
You
my
have-
entire action, somebody like Blake tried to hit him on the head with a
Yeah.
that was shit. It really was.
Yeah.
I should have just tried to kill him. It would have been a lot easier.
You can blow 3 points of stamina and have another go if you want. That is still an option for you.
You know what? I would have done better damage if I'd just punched him.
Yeah.
Probably. Although if I'd punched him on the arm, it would have been halved, and no, it wouldn't have been better damage. If I'd kicked him, it might.
Yeah. Okay, so... you
I'm
did
not
7.
going to blow the stamina. I may need my stamina, so I'm just going to, for the moment, I am just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
Really disappointing strike.
Yeah. And if you're doing a stab with a one-handed weapon, by the way, you generally put your offhand behind you.
So it was blind luck that I hit him at all. I obviously missed, but his hand was behind him and I got it.
Yeah. He went down, cracked his knuckles really badly. Okay.
Yeah, after looking really cool blocking the attack against Tom, he now made himself look a complete idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that is then all the way down to Dondrick.
Yeah.
Who,
So
you know,
it was-
the light is now blocked out by this mass of human in front of you.
Yes. The coconut, the blot of the sun.
Yep.
So I want to. It wasn't an action to draw your weapon.
It is an
correct?
action to draw your weapon, yes.
Yes.
Or indeed
and
to put
if I
it
want
away.
to do anything, yeah, and if I want to do anything after that, that's a -3 stamina, correct?
Yes.
If I've understood. God, I'm grasping these rules already. Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fine.
going to do that. I'm going to pull out my mace, and I'm going to just try to like basically hit him in the chest. I guess I'm just going
Okay.
to try to get him away from me.
Right, okay, I have charged you the 3 points of stamina for that attack. So I will roll his defense,
Yep.
which is going to be a dodge. Because he's an idiot.
Fair enough.
And because even, well, no, he's an idiot, but even he can see that attempting to block something with something squishy like his arm is going to hurt.
It's a well-crafted mace.
It's a meat tenderizer. At this
It
point.
is, yeah.
Sure is.
Okay, so yes, his dodge is going to be his rather pants reflexes. So that is a total of 13. Oh no, it isn't, and his melee skill.
Okay. And I'm just checking.
If I recall correctly. She says, just making sure the defences are done correctly, because otherwise that would be embarrassing. Dodge. A dodge escape roll against your opponent's attack roll. Oh, shit.
And for me, that's a swordsmanship plus reflexes, correct?
Yeah. It is.
Cool.
Plus D10, obviously. Oh god, dodge escape is done on reflexes, isn't it?
Yes.
So yes, it is still
I'm
pants.
quickly learning I should have upped my reflexes.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's alright.
Yes, that's a total of 15. Sorry.
Okay. Cool. Well, I mean, it can't be that bad, can it?
As long as you get 15 or
It ain't
higher.
a run. It's not a run.
Okay.
And that's about as much as I can say about that one. But it's not a one.
Okay.
But I'm taking the small victories at this point. At this point,
You
I'm
didn't
happy for what I
fumble.
get.
Okay, so
I didn't fumble.
I
Let me-
haven't just randomly killed my friends. Right, okay,
No,
that's good to know.
Let me just math quickly. So it's
Okay.
It's reflexes 5 plus swordsmanship 2
Uh-huh.
7. Yeah, 7 plus 2, that's 9. So yeah, no.
Nope. So yes, you
Well,
take a
intense.
big swing with the mace, and he basically just takes a big step back.
Yeah. And it's attacks of opportunity. Sorry, I've only played 5e.
Okay, no attacks of opportunity.
Mainly play 5e. Is attacks of opportunity a thing?
Nope.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm just going to take like a couple of steps, like, because I'm assuming the door isn't that big, so I just want to take, and like that I'm more, like, behind me is the wall, since
Yep.
I moved away out of the way for Blink. So I just want to take like, see if I can take another step back and just kind of slide in behind Blake.
You can indeed attempt to hide behind Blake if you wish.
Yes. It's not so much hiding, more as strategically repositioning myself behind the big guy with the big weapons.
Taking
So
cover.
that so taking cover is an excellent phrase.
Yeah.
You know, live to fight another day. Like, yeah, just kind of taking, just so that the most immediate target isn't me anymore.
Okay.
Yes, and that's my turn.
Okay. So that is back on Lumpy, who is going to attempt to punch you. So he's going to be coming in with 2 attacks. And the you he is attempting to attack is Blake.
Yeah.
And as he lumbers in, he says, "I told you to piss off." So, 2 attacks. Would you like to tell me what he's defending against? Oh, sorry, he's attacking, please. Oh, person who needs to roll his defense first.
Just check whether I'm any good at dodging.
Directly behind you, you do have a Dondrick. I will say that. So repositioning backwards is not an option for you.
Yeah, repositioning not a good plan.
Yeah, you can reposition to your right,
Dodging
basically.
is a little bit iffy with somebody hiding behind me, but
Not
so
hiding,
I've got a
repositioning.
base 13 on dodge. I can probably dodge reasonably.
Okay. Because dodging
Well,
is done largely in place. That's the for the purposes of the audience. Dodging is largely you move your body to one side, but you basically stay in the same location. Reposition is more, if you've been watching the Witcher streams, or if you've played it, more the dodging roll. So you end up in a different position from where you started.
You watch me playing Conan Exile,
Exactly.
constant rolling backwards.
Yep. I promise also this fight was not quite supposed to take this long.
I am certainly better attempting to block or parry with my sword. But I'd still feel mean doing that to an unarmed man.
He did.
That unarmed man is trying to kill you.
Yeah.
With his arms.
I could attempt to block to parry using brawling instead and just not use the sword. But I'm actually better at dodging, so I think I'm going to...
Given it, I mean, running with the description we have, he's technically trying to kill you with his nuts.
Edit certain descriptive tools out of her vocabulary for future reference.
So that is an 18 dodge.
Okay. That's not bad.
I mean, technically we're doing this because it's supposed to be that he makes an attack roll and then I have to beat his attack roll to successfully defend.
Yeah.
Functionally, it's exactly the
Yeah.
other way around we roll. It's still comparing one to the other.
Yes.
I just don't want somebody who actually has read or played The Witcher saying, "Hang on, you're doing that the wrong way around." Or make it clear we know that.
Yeah. So that is. I'm just desperately trying to check. For God's sake. Yeah. Okay. So his reflex is 3, and that is 11, and that is. So I've just got to check his weapon skill. That's a total of 16.
So he missed.
Yep. And his second attack, because he's
He
fast, is fast attacking.
Yes. flies past me.
Yep.
And for his second, I'm obviously going to be spending a stamina point for this because I need to.
Okay.
For my second attack, I'm going to use brawling.
Uh-huh.
Now this is awkward because I've got a sword in my hand, which means I must be doing this off-handed. So are you going to penalise me for brawling with my offhand?
No,
No?
I'm not.
Right. In that case, I'm only going to spend 3 points of luck to
Only.
cancel -3 that are carrying
Ah.
what you have.
Okay.
So that I am parrying at my full brawling value,
Okay.
in the hope that he will be staggered after this.
Right.
Which is what happens on a successful parry.
Okay.
Or I could choose that moment to critically fail. But at least it's not a fumble.
I hate to break it to you, he didn't.
Yeah, so I've just been hit in the face.
You've just
Or
been hit in the
somewhere,
face.
or in the wherever he rolled.
You've just been hit in the wherever.
Bloody- I can't
You've been
believe
hit
I
by-
just rolled
You've been
above.
struck by a lump of die.
If you all get killed in the
Lump of-
first freaking time,
Technically, this rule set is calculating the dice wrong on a critical fail, by the way, because it's not taking the 1. So I've actually got 5.
You're 5.
Whether he's hit me.
I wish it did, Fish. I really wish it did. But it doesn't. So, you know, shit happens. Right. I just managed to go straight off the hit location table, which is really annoying because I'm an idiot. Compound fracture.
So we're sticking with, although I'm doing it at a different point in the session, we're sticking with the idea that on alternate sessions I will either waste or make good use of my luck score. This is a waste week.
I will say, Fish, you know it has to be a critical, i.e. a 10, and then have a 15 difference to get a fatal critical. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. He rolled a 9. Which, given your defence roll, if he'd rolled a 10, you would have been up the proverbial.
Yeah.
So he
I've
rolled.
only had a character for 2 sessions. I'm not like gone.
Right. He rolled a 2. So that's your torso. So he is hitting you for D6 plus. Why do I not just go to that page? Because that's where it is. God, my computer's being slow today. Get me.
I've just this second thought of something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm a player, not a GM. I can't see it, but if you check the tables tab, given that it can roll hit location because it did it for me, you may well find that Fantasy Grounds has the hit location table in there, and you can just roll it.
Oh, that would be useful.
Which saves you looking it in the book.
Yes.
So check the tables tab and see if it's been put in.
Where am I looking for the tables tab?
Right hand side, things like notes, images, maps, and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like this.
Tables. There we go. No, there's nothing there.
Okay, so it's in the rule set, but it's not actually there as a table that you
No.
can access directly. That's slightly annoying.
Which is a pain in the proverbial, as they say. So never mind. Right, okay, so we are doing...
It's a back-built rule set, so...
It is,
something I
yeah.
would rule set and pay for, but we haven't. Some nice soul has done this out of the kindness of that.
I suspect if they do an official one, it'll be based on this, because they collaborated, or they got permission from and collaborated with, and got information from RTG.
On the subject of official rule sets that are coming,
Yeah?
Conan Adventures in an Age Undreamed Of, the 2D20 Modiphius Conan RPG, is getting an official rule
Oh,
set.
right, okay.
Completed and in the final tweaking and going back and forth between FG and Modiphius.
You're currently taking 10 points of damage to your torso.
Ow, ow, very, very ow, with a side order of ow, and did I say ow yet?
God,
I have
I'm
got
glad that wasn't me.
Sorry, you've got what? Was that Brigadine?
Brigandine.
Right. I take it you've not actually got a note of how many points that helps.
I can look it up, however, it's just here, and Brigandine is worth stopping power of 12.
Okay.
So I actually take nothing.
You take nothing.
Where did he hit me? You said
Torso.
Torso. Yeah, so yeah. I take absolutely nothing, but my Brigandine loses a point of stopping power, because armor damage is a thing in this game.
Only if it penetrates.
Which it didn't, so I take no damage, and my Brigandine is absolutely fine. And
Because he just punched Brigandine. That is actually going to fucking hurt.
I was so
can
ready with
imagine,
duct tape. I was ready.
Yeah. I mean, we are talking...
Free action.
Sorry?
Can I laugh at him as a free action?
You can, yes.
Do I have to spend stamina for that?
No. Not unless you laugh really hard.
Yeah. So despite the fumble, he knows he did really badly because he knows what he was trying to do. But the guy's against his armor and got nowhere, so he's going to laugh at him anyway.
Yeah. Basically, if I were being cruel, I would say that he has a chance to have broken his hand on your Brigandine.
No, it's only Brigandine. I wouldn't have thought that very likely.
I've hit Brigandine, trust me. We're talking coat of plates here.
You'd have to punch it pretty hard.
Yeah. Brigandine, if I recall correctly, we are basically talking cloth, plates inside the cloth.
You'll never see what this game thinks it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Games have different views of historical armor.
Games often have a different view of the history.
Right, okay, so this is a rigid leather Brigandine.
Okay.
Basic leather vest with plates of thicker hardened leather woven or pinned to the inside.
Okay,
you
so
can
they
make different types of armoring plates.
Yes.
In this is a rigid leather.
Yeah.
So in AD&D terms, this is studded leather essentially.
Similar sort of leather that this is made of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Plates of that sewn to a
Still
thick...
going to hurt your hand, trust
Yeah.
me. That just
Oh yeah, it's going to hurt. It's not necessarily going to break something though.
No.
Not like
wouldn't bet on it.
No, I have hit with a spear a gentleman wearing a Brigandine waistcoat lined with titanium. It thrust him back, but that was about it. He didn't really feel it. Okay. So he's established that punching me in the stomach's probably a bad idea.
He's established that he's facing someone who is actually wearing military-grade armour,
Yes.
and therefore he might have an issue.
Yes. He is basically a leg breaker. This is his
Which is
job.
ironic, because that's quite what I'd like to do to him, but so far nothing's good. Right.
Okay, so we are going to pause the fight there. As he is thus there going, as a free action. Knuckles neatly split, but no actual hit point damage. And we are going to go to Loic.
Oh, really?
Who is return? Yeah.
I'm just picturing like intense music, like fight scene, and then it's just the like quiet.
I'll stick. By the way, I will stick an image in our Discord of Brigandine, specifically the construction inside suit of Brigandine, coat of Brigandine, to give people an idea of the sort of thing that they'll be looking at. Because while most people know what chain looks like, or even padded a gambeson, Brigandine's a bit weird. It's basically the poor man's version of plate mail. Essentially, and if I can afford €300 at any point, I'm very tempted to get a suit set made.
It's one of a number of variations that, in D&D terms, all classify as studded leather armour.
Yeah. Which is weird because the stud's effectively on the inside. But basically, Brigandine is...
Studded leather armour in D&D is really crap compared to what it really actually can be in real life.
Yes, so we are basically ploughing back a few hours to Loic returning to his shop. After the clearing up happened, but before anyone started to dig into what has potentially nearly been damaged or what was going on, Loic opted to basically retreat from the bar and head home. I think as much as anything, it was decided to conceal his portion of the recipe.
Yeah, almost certainly.
So you're headed back where I am assuming you have a safe. Sorry?
Sorry, I said conceal it in something fireproof.
Yes. Yeah.
General piece of advice.
Yeah.
Yes, there will be a safe at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, let me think. My quarters will be, because the shop will also serve as my home.
Probably all of our homes, honestly.
Yeah, almost certainly. Yes, the safe is actually in the basement.
Okay. Right. I would like you to roll me an awareness check, please.
Oh, you would you? Okay. 18.
Okay. Right. As you're making your way down into the basement, would you like to tell me what the lighting situation is?
What would the lighting situation be down here? So the shop is... No, the shop is relatively well outfitted. It's a case of I'm a military, like, ostensibly the aim of this shop is as a military provisioner and adventuring supplies. So it's open, it's welcoming. The basement is similarly rigged.
Okay.
It's not somewhere. Obviously, it's not somewhere that is open to the general public. Usually.
No.
Like the entrance is behind the counter, and there isn't anything like, or you can't do anything like rigging, like a rigged light switch in this, can you? Unless you're using magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a case of, normally it would be well lit if the shop was, like, if there were people moving around, because I would also keep stores, like stores and extra equipment, or some of the more valuable pieces here as well. So the lamps are unlit as I am coming down the stairs,
Okay.
and I am lighting them as I go.
Okay. Yep. Yes, you can have everything from oil to candle, and you can have lamps, lanterns, or indeed torches, which I would not recommend in a storeroom.
These will be shuttered lamps.
Okay. So, yes, the roll was good enough that you've lit the first lamp, and as you're moving down to the second, which I'm arbitrarily saying is on the other side of the staircase because I like the alternating design, and if I come to map it later, that's going to be what I do. You pause because an unlikely shadow catches your eye a couple of steps down, and looking at it, you see a thin cord stretched across the step. At roughly ankle height as you would be going down.
Right.
Needless to say, this is not something you have installed.
Needless to say, it is probably something that I am not aware of Dondrick or Nell having installed.
Exactly, yes.
So, what I will do is I will light the lamp. I will stop where I am.
Okay.
So, when you say on both sides, we're talking about a staircase on both sides that will then open out into the room.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't look. So I can't see into the room.
No. No, it's going to be it's going to be walled either side.
Sure.
And then yes, open room at the bottom.
I, with a bit of better light, I open the closest lamp, take out the candle, and have a closer look at what is there in front of me. Yeah.
Okay. It's really kind of awkward kneeling on stairs, but you manage it. And you're looking at a very thin cord that might work for fishing line. And it has been nailed into the wood either side, on the walls either side of the staircase. There is a tiny loop on each end, and it has been nailed taut.
I look around. Is there anything else connected to this tripwire?
Not that you can see at the moment.
Right. So, the question is this a rigged trap, or is this simply something that is designed to propel me down the stairs to my doom, like a certain innkeeper?
Well, now that's the question.
So, taking care just in case it is a trap, I will carefully step over it.
Okay.
And use the candlelight to illuminate further down the steps to determine whether or not more of them have been put in place.
Right. Would you like to make me an awareness check, please?
Sure. That's even better. 23.
Okay. You're not actually.
I have 10 I put 10 into intelligence.
No, that's fair. Okay. You look down, and although you're looking for another tripwire, what catches your eye, and you needed that good a roll to see it, is actually a line on the middle of the tread, about 2 steps down from where the tripwire is.
Oh! As in a line to suggest that the tread has been cut?
Yeah. Basically, from front to back of the tread, in the very middle of the step, where if, say, somebody was stumbling after having tripped on a cord earlier, their next step would come down quite heavily, with their weight on one foot, roughly there.
Right. I step over that one and carry on looking.
Okay. There are another half dozen treads down to the ground, but nothing else is leaping out at you.
Right. When I get to the bottom, as I am creeping down, I slip my poniard from my sleeve, and I am now holding that in one hand and the candle in the other.
Right. Are you actually attempting to be sneaky now?
Yes, I am, but I know that I am not the sneakiest of folk.
Yeah, and your first few steps, of course, were done at normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am going purely off stealth if I have any. Well, I don't have the skill, so it's purely off deck. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want me to do a stealth roll?
I would like you to do a stealth roll, please.
Sure.
Will you tell us to mug about it, Run?
Oh,
that's a
would I
9.
do that? Okay.
Really?
So not very. What did you roll? So you only rolled a 3? You got a 6?
Yeah, hang on. The dice roll was a 6.
Yeah.
It's off dex, isn't it?
I thought it was off dex. Hang on.
Yeah, six.
One of your thiefy types like to confirm this for me.
Like, none of my things are 3.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why that's who?
Unfortunately,
Right.
I don't have Dagrid set up in.
No, it's fine.
No, skill stealth.
Let me just grab.
Skill stealth is dex.
Yeah, it should be Dex according to Battleground.
So that should be 12.
Now that rolled right.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, just do it
The
manually.
roll of
then.
3 with a... where the 3 came from, I do not know.
Yeah, for some reason it thinks I have a reflex of 3, it's saying?
Are you fatigued in
Dex.
any way? Might be suffering any.
Let me just go to your character.
I think you maybe need to look at this.
I am looking. Reflex is 7 on Loic.
But it's Dex.
It's Dex. Dex is 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my original roll should have been 12.
Okay. Yeah. Take it. Go and add it up manually for me
Sure.
in future. And I will have a poke because nobody else seems to be having this problem. So
Sure.
I
I'll
don't.
take the dice. I'll take the
get
dice roll of
it.
6, so it's 12.
I will
Yeah.
say it rolled mine wrong. Oh, unless I have a point of stealth. Let me just check. Oh, no, I have 1 point of stealth.
Yeah. So no, I had a feeling yours was right. Okay. So the 12 is okay. So, you're having a fucking laugh. God's sake, you incompetent twats. Really? I might conceivably still. No, okay. That is pants. Okay. So you stealth down as stealthily as somebody who really isn't designed for stealth
No.
can manage. And they just rolled. Their dice came out to -1. That's before stat and skill. But even so, can I have the Mickey back, please? So, as you sneak down, you hear suddenly a sliding of a boot. It's clearly somebody who's not... Shut up, fish. We're marked as mature.
We're fun enough.
Yeah. What you hear is someone clearly edging forward and sliding their boots on the stone floor of of your storeroom. Over to your right.
Over to my right.
Yeah.
Okay. What I will do is can I tell how far away they are from me?
That's going to be an awareness check.
Sure. And that's a 20.
No, don't
God.
ask him for anything
All the
on awareness.
Angela's been hoarding up the
You're so aware.
rolls, is what I'm hearing.
10 intelligence and 4 awareness. This is a skill I am good at.
Yep. Okay.
Listen, you're rolling above a 6.
Okay. About 10 feet away to your right,
Yeah.
you have a stack of barrels of materials. They're not actually yours. They are sword blanks
Yeah.
made by Dondrick.
No, probably.
Yes, sorry, Dondrick's the armourer, isn't he?
Correct.
Yeah. Sorry, yes, made by Nell. My apologies. For some reason, I got it swapped around in my head.
No worries.
And just over behind there is where you're sure the noise came from. But the barrels are about 4 feet high, and then you've got another foot or so easily of the tangs sticking out the top. So you heard definitely a boot noise from behind there.
Sure. Did it sound like that they were moving towards me?
You heard that they were moving.
Right, okay.
Ding.
Okay, so
ding,
what
diddly.
I will do is presumably the light cast by my candle at this point is like illuminates far enough beyond like where the end of the staircase would be. So whoever is there will obviously be able to tell that I am at the bottom of the steps.
Yes.
Cool. What I will do is kind of round the corner. Lob the candle in a direction.
Right.
And hope that like the brightness of the light or like whatever it acts as a distraction.
Okay.
For me to basically then sidestep and hold out my poniard, and hopefully I will have at this point I will then have a better look of what I am facing.
Okay. Right. Make me. Throne is on, if I recall correctly. One of these days I will actually remember to open the blank character sheet I've got, because that's the single most useful thing ever.
Combat. What is thrown on? There isn't a thrown skill. Well, there should be a thrown skill, shouldn't there?
There is throwing weapons.
Right down on athletics.
It is athletics.
Oh, it is. Oh,
I thought it was, and I wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Okay, and athletics is based off dex. Okay, cool. Well, I'll give you that roll anyway.
Okay.
Again, it thinks my dex is it thinks my dex is 3.
That's bizarre.
So that should be an 8.
Okay, so that's fine. You weren't actually aiming it as a weapon,
No.
so
I'm more looking at for to confuse and to give me a quick insight of what it is.
Yep, no, that's fine. Make me an awareness check. It's going to be a higher difficulty than normal,
Sure.
so
20.
then that's correct. I'm baffled. I really am. So it's not that you've got some horrible penalty as a result of.
There isn't a rule in this. There isn't a rule in this system that if you don't have a skill point, you take half or anything like that.
No, it's just standard
okay.
roll. It is that you're penalised by not being able to add a skill to it. That's how they work untrained, is you literally work off natural talent. Now, I was just wondering, you don't have something horrible lurking as a penalty in your life path or something.
No, and like I'm not carrying any wounds. All my hit points and stamina are still at max. So
Yeah. Okay. We'll just put that down to the rule set being squirrely, and I'll have a bit of a poke around and possibly relay your character if I get a chance.
Sure.
I'll just copy it out, create a new character for it, and put the data back
sure.
in. We'll sort that one. I will sort it as I go. Okay, so that is an 8. So is he actually going to respond to that? How Fish, we need to reinstitute the natural 1 counter. I am seriously starting to take it personally.
We never used natural 1 counter. Back when we were playing D&D back in the day,
Yeah.
we had a natural and we subtracted natural 1s and added natural 20s, with the result of by the end of the campaign I was on about minus 17.
Yeah. We need to institute a nat 1 counter, at least for Witcher, because this is just on all sides. I am now starting to take this personally.
We could have one for this session alone, I think. It's,
Yeah, this is at least the 5th nat 1 I've rolled today, and I'm starting to take this personally. So, unfortunately, that was on their intelligence.
Keep us a recording of this, that we could go back, check the number of natural 1s, and retroactively add that into the count.
That's not a bad idea. Overlay and just increment it each time. This is still the nat 1 Witcher stream.
Yeah, I think we must have cracked it.
Okay, so this unfortunately was on their awareness check to realise what was happening. And they just nat 1'd it and completely did up.
Right.
With the result that they just thought you were throwing something explosive at them. A flame is hurled towards the air. As you say, no, why would they think that? Sif. And a dark-clad figure emerges at a run from behind the barrel and goes sprinting past you.
Are they quite short?
Maybe.
I wonder who this could possibly be.
Maybe. It's hard to tell. They've got a very long cloak on.
Oh, they have a cloak. I see.
Yeah.
Are they kind of running past at the point where I can, stick out a leg and trip them?
Yes. That's an attack. That's
Is it?
technically a brawling attack, unfortunately. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Do it anyway for the comedy.
Yeah, go on. Because actually, the comedic thing was that as they go running past me, I literally just hold out my hand with the dagger at stomach height.
Oh, that's nasty.
But I'm not. I think a trip is probably more more appropriate.
Do you
Okay.
want to go for R-rated Looney
May
Tunes or PG-13 Looney Tunes?
May I just point out that you never tripped the tripwire, so that's still there that they put up. So you might not even have to trip them.
It's not hard to trip them off the stairs. It's no issue.
If I don't get them, they might forget that they put a tripwire and a broken tread in the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you a brawl. What?
Which again appears to be making shit up as it goes along.
Yeah, now it thinks that my reflex is 4.
For God's sake.
Okay. Quick question.
What is going on?
Is it subtracting the same amount from that as it did from your dexterity?
Okay, so what it seems to be doing is halving it and rounding up.
Halving it.
Because my reflex is 7, so 4 is.
I know what I could look for in terms of what it might be doing.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
if
could it
it's
just be
encumbered, does it think you're encumbered?
or could it be like -3?
Yes, it might do. Hang on. What's my? No, because my encumbrance is listed as 0 of 70. Yeah.
So you should be fine then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, technically I'm not wearing my armor at the moment.
Yeah.
Hang on, hang on. Maybe it thought I was. Let me see. Let me re-roll this and see.
It's showing you a Dunyan Gambison.
Yeah, but I bought those, but I'm technically not wearing them at the moment.
Yeah.
So let me re-roll the. I'll keep the roll I did previously, which would be 13.
Yeah.
Encumbrance doesn't halve it.
Yes. Hang on. I think it was applying an armor penalty. Yeah. When I wasn't wearing armor that had an armor penalty.
Yeah.
That's intriguing because I've had to manually add the armor penalty on my character because I realised he wasn't taking it.
I'm just setting some of your equipment to not carried. Just on the Pixies exist basis. Just on the off chance.
Okay. Well, as I say, I got a 13 to trip him up.
Okay, yeah. Because we can sort this out, or I can sort this out afterwards. I'm just vaguely baffled, or completely fucking confused. But those we can modify later. That's an easy thing to do. So, what was your brawling total in reality then?
13.
13, right, okay. Oh, what am I thinking? He's not getting the defense. He's focused on running. He thinks you've thrown the bomb and he's getting the hell out of dodge. So no, he's actually just on the default 10 defense. So that's going to get him.
Cool.
So
he said person face plants
Said
into the...
person is indeed face planting the staircase.
Cool. At which point I
They're
move.
also realizing.
I turn to stand over them and put the point of the poniard at the back of their neck.
Okay, I'll let you have that for free. They're fairly distracted. Yo.
Are you sure he doesn't get a defense? Because the sidebar on page 164, saying defending against an ambush, says if you are attacked while unaware, you still have a chance to defend yourself. I mean, we've had this problem before, of course.
Yeah, it's...
We had a lot of trouble trying to figure out what to do if you choose
it's not so much that he's unaware, it's more a degree of threat. He is currently using his run as a double move because he's under the impression that... I say he is under the impression that there is a bomb behind him. So I think at the moment he's working off the default level of defence.
Okay. I still haven't figured out where you get that default level of defence from.
I asked. I think it is in the book somewhere. But
people using it.
yeah, but basically it's you get a 10 as simply a target number to roll against. Just because, you know, it's possible to miss no matter what happens.
Basically treated as a point-blank ranged attack, in other words.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, smack straight down on there, and yes, dagger to the back of the head. I will allow one pithy comment, and then I'm going back to the combat.
No, there is no pithy comment. It was basically I was gonna. So effectively, the scene ends with the poniard at the back of his neck and me leaning down.
Yep.
Is the person hooded?
They are indeed. They are hooded
Okay.
and they are cloaked.
Sure. So it's basically to pull the hood off the back of their head.
Okay. Right. So yes, you are now looking at the back of a dark brown hair with a French plait. Okay. And back at the combat. Back at the lawyer's office.
We're not being as cool. As
You're not being as Well, you know, Spud, you have potential for multiple love interests. Yeah, not so much. Right. So it's Lumpy's go.
Wait, who just did?
That was the end of the round.
Lumpy just smacked me in the face, so...
Yes, sorry,
Yeah.
my apologies. Yes, so it is in fact Ratty and
I'm
Nell.
going to be a bit annoyed if he now gets another go.
No, sorry, it's Ratty and Nell.
Don't forget Dondrick at his -1.
Oh, God!
No, but wait, because Lumpy just did, so I think this was the same round. No. Yeah, because I went, on my right, I went behind,
Yeah.
and then Lumpy did, he hit him,
Yes.
and now it's Nelson.
It's Nell and Ratty.
Yeah, you ended the round early again, didn't you?
Yep. Well, I realised everybody else was just ossifying.
How could you do this?
So now Dondrick's -1 is such a low initiative that he even goes after people in other places.
No, once again, I've already done my run, because my run was getting behind you, and then
Yeah.
it was Lumpy's turn, and he hit you.
Basically, I shouldn't have given Lumpy his go, but I wanted to hit somebody. So,
Yeah.
I could have phrased that differently. Okay, so it is Ratty and Nell. So, Nell, what you doing?
This is not going well for now.
No, it's not particularly going well for anyone, to be fair.
Well, it's going great for Loic, though.
Someone's gotta have our luck.
Yeah. I mean, just like completely defending and dodging, was that an action at all, or is that just reaction?
No, that would be reactions.
Reaction, all of it. I guess.
I think there's a
just
rule for
try
just dodging, but that just means that they get a -2.
Yeah.
I think I glossed over that rule.
Yeah.
She's just gotta try to attack Ratty again.
Okay.
with lack of anything else to do.
Okay, roll
I
it.
guess. Oh God. Don't fail me now, dice.
If you dodge, it is a
Dice
-2.
did not fail me. Math. That is a 14.
Okay.
Plus 14, I should mention.
Oh my
Not even
God.
a negative 14.
Right, so Ratty only gets a 13 defense.
I hit something.
Would you like to roll a d10 and find out where you twatted this guy?
That is a 6.
Okay,
Is it the left arm?
I believe it is. Yes, yes, it is.
A lot of that happened.
Oh, vengeance.
Okay, and he doesn't have any armor there, so roll damage.
So
That's the same arm I hit with the hilt
Is
of
that
Wisdom.
Yep.
2d6 plus 2 half? Because it's left.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
It wasn't a right hit, it was a left hit. That joke didn't quite land.
and wrote it down, right?
Yep.
3.
On 2d6 plus 2.
Yes, I rolled a 3 and a 2 plus 2, which is 7 half to 3.
Okay.
He still has rights. That's better one. Left arm.
Okay. So he has taken... Yeah. Okay, so that's... Right, well, he's taking damage, if that helps. Okay, so your second attack of your fast attack then. Which he will have to blow stamina to avoid. So we have his stamina down on a different piece of paper.
That's an 8. I hate my dice today. They
That's
hate
an
me.
8. Okay.
I know that feel.
Yeah.
That's a 1. Oh, shit. No! Hang on.
What did you do, Jot?
No, no,
What did
no,
you do?
no, 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 no.
What did you do?
No, lads.
I'm just looking at the
Where's my
critical rules
confidence?
because I just want to make sure of something. Because I have a horrible feeling you may just have killed a named NPC who now will have to get
I was trying
trapdoored.
to defend myself.
Felix, what is... Well, it's a Gabba song.
Okay, so this is...
I would wear it, but it's kind of a hassle to
Yeah,
string up myself. So. And it's not what
shit.
finish, but that's fine.
Da, 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 da. Okay, so he has fumbled. That ultimate result was a fumble in his defense.
So technically he killed himself, I did not kill him.
I haven't said he's dead
Question
yet.
mark? Okay.
Whatever makes you sleep at night.
No,
I just don't want to
it's
undo
possible
Dread's
that you've
hard
just
work.
severed a limb, removed an eye. There's a lot of little things that happen on Quick Level.
Okay, fumbles. So he was doing an armed defense. And the result on his fumble roll... Oh dear. Hang on, I've got to double check this because I want to make sure it's not a direct roll. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Shit. Okay.
Also, can we just talk about how the fact that the segment Human Shield starts
This is how
talking,
we went
we all
so
knew to
bad.
come to this.
You okay? Right, he's not dead.
Do I get to roll damage?
Yes.
I want to use the big dice tray, aka the shield.
You are knocked to the ground. You are now prone and must make a stun save.
What?
That's him. He just attempted to parry with his dagger and completely did up. And as a result, has just gone down like a sack of spuds. So, I would like you to
What
roll...
did I ever do to you?
I would- I need you to roll me a d10 to determine where you've hit him. He's got to make a stun save.
It was another 6, so again, more left arm.
Okay. Right.
What's the left arm? I don't get.
I don't get it. What
To the
is
left, to the
why? So, how much damage have you done to him?
Alright, let's see. Oh, that is plus that. Math again, that is a 9, half to 4.
Okay. Right. That's actually less of a problem than his whole I am stunned problem. Which I will tell you now is a problem. Okay. That's fine. It's all good. Right, he has the little Tweety Pie birds around the head. I'm guessing that basically when he attempted to parry you, you came down and his dagger just went straight into his forehead.
Oh!
That happens, yes.
And
Pommel first.
yeah, and he has just basically been pummeled in the head and is currently stunned on the floor and is prone. I will allow, if you wish, and I wouldn't normally prompt, but new to this game, so what the hell. Blowing 3 stamina for an extra action would, for example, allow you to manoeuvre your sword into, say, under the throat. Not as an attack, but as an intimidation.
Can I just check something, Drat?
Yo.
That was a fumbled defense.
Yes.
Yeah? And a successful attack.
Yes.
How much was the attack successful by?
You need to roll the 10 for it to crit.
Not according to the rulebook.
According to the 1.3 rulebook, you do.
That's the one I'm looking at.
Okay, hang on.
Whenever you roll over your opponent's defense by 7 or more, you score a critical wound. It says nothing about a 10.
Which page are you on?
I'm on page 158.
Criticals are... Oh, okay. So it's a if you roll a 10, that's a crit. Hang on.
I mean, I don't think a 10 has anything to do with it. The 10 just massively increases your chance of rolling 7 higher than your opponent's defense.
No, it's actually it is on page 156. When you roll a natural 10 on the 10-sided die, you've rolled a critical. But critical wounds are, yes, you are right. It's a difference of 7.
They're unfortunately using the same term for the exploding dice and for the critical wound.
Yeah.
Critical from 156.
Yeah, that's actually... So, no, that was me misreading it. My apologies. I thought I was being too nice to him. I was being way too nice to him.
It's just they really shouldn't be using the term critical for the exploding dice, really. But they've got a follow
Yeah, you beat his... Oh, shit, he's dead. Forget the arm. Forget where he's taken damage. You're
May
allowed
I
to
just
stop
say-
attacking. Hello, Jay Grey.
May I just say,
Hang on. Play a violin.
Hope you don't get a confirmation
Flock
of
of angels sing thee to thy rest.
being a critical wound.
Happy man.
I apologise. Technically, would you like to roll me 2d6, please? And yeah, Jay Grey, to be fair, these guys did attack them first. And
Anyway,
have
we've never
had...
had a fight before. It's about time we had one.
Yeah.
We normally talk about the fight, so this is a different situation for
Yeah,
us.
and this fight is happening in a lawyer's office at the moment.
Best place for it to happen.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
you know, Tuesday.
Yeah, and one of the guys they're fighting did just lob a clerk out of a second-story window,
Which is largely why we're fighting.
which is primarily why they're fighting. They seem to have taken it personally. So, what was the result on the 2d10? 2d6, sorry?
total of 6.
You've just yeah,
You on a different tip.
6 septic
Yeah.
shock. Yeah.
Yeah.
The blow damages your intestines, letting waste enter your bloodstream. Quarter your stamina, take -3 to intelligence, will, reflex, and dex. You are poisoned.
Poison.
He's actually, this is the one pretty much that doesn't insta-kill him.
Don't mind that is also +10 to whatever damage as well.
And it's
as well.
+10 to the damage. He's actually not dead on hit points.
But does need medical attention for you then, quick, I would guess.
Yeah. Yeah. You're basically, you've just run him through.
Yeah, so there was a bit of nasty floor, like a splinter in the floorboard that he fell on as well.
Yeah,
But managed to
Yeah.
do a peritoneal puncture.
Yes. I think we can safely say something has damaged the kidneys there. It's a mess. It's a big mess. Unpleasant stuff is leaking into things. Yeah, combat is dangerous in this game. And I apologise for messing up combat if I have, Jay Gray.
We've never had a fight before.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's...
Not counting you, obviously, but of the players here, technically, the most experienced with Witcher combat is actually Spud.
Yes.
You were in more of
Yes, just in case anybody is wondering, Jay Gray at Artel Saurian is... yes.
Jay Gray from Artel
It's Jay
Saurian.
Gray from Artel Saurian. He is Chrono for RTG. and the games designer in his own right.
Yes, indeed.
And is, if anybody wants to throw plaudits and hopefully not stones, the person behind the current version of Castle Falkenstein.
Yes, that is something I'm very much a fan of. And looking to play again at some point.
Yep.
Hopefully for a second season of your game. Also,
Yes, very much
maybe
so.
trying to run something myself as well.
Yeah. Right. So, the game has changed. Ratty has gone down like a particularly bursting, leaking urine into his vital organs sack of spuds.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I
You're
shouldn't-
saying that with entire glee.
They can do that to you as well. Just saying.
So really well.
How about they don't? I say, my voice cracking in panic.
Right.
I swear I have control of my vocal
that was
cords.
a beautifully timed voice crack.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that the
don't.
first voice crack on stream? Probably not. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, Viper,
Yeah.
indeed. Yes, who was eating the gravy? Oops. I had soup for dinner. I'm quite glad I'm not eating now. Right, so that was Nell. Oddly enough, Spuds, Ratty's not getting his action, except to whimper and try and hold in bits. Oh, somebody's feedback.
So, yeah.
Hang on. Let me just bring up. I think it's
That
coming
sounds
off.
like a loose connection.
I think it's coming off Tal.
I've been feeding back all goddamn day. Let me just fiddle with the wire. Tell me when it stops.
Stopped. There we go.
So this is me for the rest of the evening.
You're a little teapot, short and stout.
Can I put it down without the static here?
Yes.
Yes. It seems
So
Yes,
let's just
but
add,
no.
we already
no sudden movement.
suggested crowdfunding for new mics and dice. I think we're adding
Yeah,
cable.
my microphone. If you can see this, there's 2 bits of sellotape on
Now-
my microphone cord. This one just today, the whole covers fell off, and there's exposed wires under that.
Yeah.
This needs replacing.
Yes. Yes. That's
Like having
definitely a.
Like having a bomb, just be
We-
very careful.
We so need to set up donation. We so need to take affiliacy so we can get donations for equipment for everybody. Okay. Although actually, yes, Spud. Knight knows whereof he speaks, and if anyone's going to have spare audio cables, it's him. Right. So, that was Nell, that was Ratty. So now Blake.
Blake, yeah.
Blake,
well, now I only...
Yes, the dagger wielder has gone down and something has burst.
So, I'm going to assume that simply opening my hand does not count as an action.
No. You can drop a weapon for free.
Therefore, I'm going to drop my sword
Okay.
and attempt to grapple Lumpy.
Right. Bastard.
I mean, to be precise, this is the initial grapple that is necessary in order to carry out a later choke.
Right. Let me just go to the advanced combat because this is the first grappling we've now done. Brawling and wrestling.
It's on page 163, you've got it.
Yeah, page 163, 164 of the PDF.
Yeah.
So...
It's basically just an attack.
It is.
But it's necessary before I can choke, which is kind of where I
Right.
go with this.
Okay. He can attempt to
that's
dodge
a
escape.
15.
Right.
That is a 15 attack on my brawling. So let's see what...
That isn't a 15 defense.
He can use brawling to block or parry this. He doesn't have to dodge it. It's the escaping is on. To get away, he's brawling dodge. Just successfully grapple. To avoid being grappled, he can just block my grapple.
Fish, I rolled a 2.
I wasn't arguing about your dice. I was arguing whether he was better with brawling.
He was, even with the best will in the world, this chimp is not managing to get anywhere. So, yeah, he's going to attempt... Basically, he's going to step back, and unfortunately... Although
that's
not
handy, that just puts him at arm's length while I grab him by the throat.
But the step back is brought up by him not wanting to tread on his mate. So he's got nowhere to go, and you can indeed grapple him.
Right, in that case, yeah. Can I spend 3 stamina points to start choking him down?
Yes, you can. The opponent is suffocating until they are able to escape. So, effects. Suffocation.
I'm just wondering what I roll. It just says after grappling a target, you can roll to attempt to choke them. I suppose that's another brawling roll.
It's just another brawling roll. So he's going to blow a stamina to attempt to defend. Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's not really good anyway. I've got an 18 on that one.
Yeah, he rolled a 3.
That's a critical choke.
Shut up.
That's a deadly critical choke, technically, but let's assume that that's not how that works.
Yeah. No, he is simply suffocating. I say simply. Your access to air has been cut off and you're choking to death. Every round you take 3 damage, which armour does not negate. Depending on your situation, there are different ways to end this suffocation. Restoring your air supply ends the effect. Basically,
I already know how this suffocation is going to end.
Yes.
Can I assume, besides his rolls to attempt to get out of this, that we can now drop out of initiative?
Yes.
Because there's only one guy left and I've got him by the throat and choking him. Good. What do I need to roll? Is it some sort of an athletics roll to heft said choking guy off his feet and to the window?
Right.
He's a real big dude.
He is a very big one. I've got an 8 body.
Lots of coconuts.
Right.
What goes up must come down.
Right. While grappling, you can roll to throw your opponent. The opponent is thrown to the ground, prone, takes damage equal to your punch damage, and makes a stun save at -1.
Yeah, but I've got to get him to the window before I can throw him.
just from here. Just do like a.
Okay, I am going to require an athletics check based on strength.
And that's going to be separate from the fact that while I'm doing this, he's going to be trying to escape.
Yes.
With his body. So,
This is starting to sound like something out from the WWE.
It's
Okay, that's a 15 on my athletics skill.
Right.
Actually, would that be athletics? Because,
Yeah, as I said, it's athletics, but based on strength.
Based on dex, and I would have thought. So if it's based on strength, that's too high. It's a 17.
Yep. It's basically we've established long since that I'm happy to shift around stats for different skill uses.
sense.
Yeah.
You just treat these as the skill, the stat it is most commonly associated.
Yeah, that's how it's working. Okay, so Christ. That is going to be... I'm going to ask for one more of those, and he's going to make 2 attempts.
For each one of these that I get to make, he's going to get a chance to escape,
Yeah.
which is going to be rolling against his escape.
Yes, against his escape dodge.
Oh, that's not very good. I only got 12 this time. You might actually get 3.
Hang on, let me look that up. That's a total of 11. I'm just going to swap dice. I'm going to change to the blue dice. The blue die has been rolling nicely all session. The purple one has decided that it hates me.
So my second athletics check.
Yep.
Don't mind, yeah. If anyone else in the room is doing anything while this is going on, do feel free to speak out.
Yes.
Other than laughing and pointing, obviously, which is what
Yeah, I mean, of course, chuckling under my breath.
Sorry, we just lost Felix temporarily, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm back.
Yeah, you are.
Cool. Yeah, it just everything just died. Like Fancy Ground, Discord, my Twitch, the VC, everything just died for a solid 10 seconds. I was fiddling with my phone trying to cancel my backup plan was calling Monty.
You can get... I don't know if you've got it, but if the VC app for the phone is actually really good.
Okay, I'll probably look into it.
So it's worth installing, and again, it's free. Okay, so...
adding the extra 2 points because I'm swapping this to strength, that's a 14 on my athletics check.
Let's give him balling a scale, for fuck's sake. That's a 4, so that's actually not an escape. So, right, you can lob him around the side of the...
Got him to the window.
Yeah,
then, have I?
you have literally wrestled him to the window. You're dragging him by the head. You have got him to the window.
Blake is like maybe 2/3 of this guy's size because he's not that huge.
Yeah.
But the way I see Blake is he's sort of one of those people where there is no wasted mass anywhere on his body. What there is like all muscle.
Yeah. He's one of those people who's just solid.
So you think this was funny, do you? See how you like it. And he's going out the window.
Okay.
I like this. That really aggressive statement in what is one of the most relaxing and pleasant accents to listen to.
Exactly.
Well,
So-
it's so happy.
Right. Would you like to make me... Now, this is going to be a throw.
Yeah, this is going to be presumably that's on rolling.
Which, yep.
Lost.
We're ignoring the damage he takes is not going to be equivalent to your punch damage if it works.
Yeah, surely he'll take the punch damage and the falling damage.
Well, yes.
I think just the falling damage because I'm not throwing him to the ground.
No.
I'm throwing him laterally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So rolling. Do I want to be absolutely sure about this and play my other 3 points of luck on this?
Yes.
I mean, if the luck curse is accurate, then spending luck will guarantee this fails. Whereas if I don't spend it, I've got a good chance of succeeding.
I now need to look up falling damage.
I will spend the luck.
Yes.
So my remaining 3 points of luck are going on this.
God.
Oh, and that's a 22. I don't think it's going to resist that.
Shit.
I think this man is going out of the window.
And that's his first decent roll of the day, and it's still not going to beat a 22. Okay, so...
The brick can fly.
Yeah. Okay,
As the
count...
kids say, yeet.
Divide the number of meters you fall by 2 and roll that many d6s.
So
Can you
Just-
say yeet in a Welsh accent?
just
No,
to double
not
check,
nice.
Yeet.
just to double check, with that 22, have I thrown him far enough out the window that he definitely won't land on the poor woman who is
Yes.
presumably still lying
Yeah.
below?
I had mentally assigned a difficulty of 20 to that.
Nice.
If you'd rolled
That
less
would
than
be-
20, he still would have gone out the window, but he would have had a chance of landing on her.
Blake was a bit focused and hadn't thought about the fact that she was there.
No, I had. I had thought about it.
God.
Me too.
Right.
When it comes to like healing in this, like using first aid, I'm assuming that's not for like if you've lost hit points, to like get hit points back? Things like that?
Healing is interesting. I will get back to you on healing because it's actually kind of weird.
Okay, because I'm thinking about helping Nell, and if I can't help Nell because she's
Yep.
only losing hit points, I'm going to try to see if I can make sure they get by using my patchwork skill, my crafting skill.
Fortunately, because she didn't take a bleeding wound,
Okay.
first aid can be performed, but it's not a massive problem.
Okay.
But healing does take a long old time. Okay, so
In the D&D second and third editions, where the skill enhances your healing rate rather than just healing you there and then. So if you're being looked after by somebody who has the skill, you heal that bit.
have I ever thrown someone out of a window? Okay, Fish, would you like to do the honours? I'm just calculating how high the fall is, because we're looking at 3 metres to a story, +1 for the gap between, basically the gap between things. Oh God, no, it's the second floor, and I'm British. Oh God.
Oh!
So no, that's a 10 metre.
It's 10-metre fall. That's going to hurt.
So that's 10 metre. I'm going to knock off a metre because you're throwing him out, not from the ceiling. So 9 metres.
I'm guessing it's nothing so prosaic as 1d6 for every 10 foot.
No. You divide the number of metres you fall by 2 and roll that many d6s.
Wow, okay.
Round up or down?
You're going to round up.
I'm actually going to round up because this is damage and horrible. So 5d6, please.
If it's bad, we round up. If it's good, we round down. That's a simple rule.
Roll 5d6, Fish.
5d6.
Unless you'd like me to do it.
2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 17.
Okay. Falling damage is done to the torso. Under normal circumstances, yes, falling damage is done to the torso. You just lobbed him out of a window head first.
Oh no, it wasn't head. I suppose sort of head first, because that was the anchoring point by which I propelled him was close to his head.
Yes, okay. I'm happy then. In that case, it will do to go to the torso then.
Or maybe he just so thick-headed that his head just automatically like gravitates.
The extra mass of the thick head.
Yeah.
Like a weighted dart.
Yeah.
Are we implying that Lumpy is a lawn dart?
I do like kinetics of 0. This is based on purely strength and dexterity.
Okay.
So maybe this throw is so poor that he kind of tumbles in the air.
Okay, he will take the damage to the torso because that's what the rules say, and I'm actually going to be nice to him for a change.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. So he's taken 17 points of damage, and he doesn't wear armour.
Oh dear. Oh, still 17.
He's not dead.
He's going to have a lot more than 17 hit points.
He ain't dead.
In which case I am now turning around, stomping back off down the stairs and going down to continue my picking up my sword on the way back.
Right. Okay. I will leave that fight there.
Fair enough.
And by the time you get downstairs, he is basically attempting to, because he is stunned, he is attempting to crawl away.
Yeah. I did wonder, that stun roll at -1, is that still only -1?
No, that stun roll at -1 is not a stun roll at -1. That stun roll is just that he is stunned. I'm not even giving him a chance not to be stunned. He's been thrown out of a window. He's just fallen 30 feet. That he's not dead is purely down to your dice being rubbish.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
actually, no, 17 is a pretty good roll one.
Yeah, it's not...
is just above statistically average, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It was brought down by the 1, but it
Okay.
came out about right. overall.
Right, I will therefore, yes, he's attempting to crawl away, but he basically can't really do anything, and he's got the anvils flying around his head.
This is also a craftsman.
I'm pretty sure you said anvils, but I heard ambles, which are
Same.
a 440k beastie, and it's a very different. Basically, the 440k equivalent of an Umber Hulk.
Right. Okay, and we will leave that there, so you get to decide his fate at this stage. And we will move to the inn. We will move to the toss coin, because I apologise horribly to Spud and Knight.
Spud gets to do a thing.
Because I apologise for not letting them in.
Sorry, my ADHD thing got absolutely feral. Like, yay!
I'll be honest, I would have been
I'm sorry
happy
about the
with Amos
Sudoku.
never coming in for this session, because
Yeah.
I have and I can manage a fairly simple, straightforward fighter. Whether I can run Hamus properly this evening remains to be
We're going to
seen.
split the party again. I might need to bring the other character in.
Can I just have a quick decision as to what Loic wants to do with his captive?
What Loic is going to do with his captive is is it possible to tell whether or not they're stunned or
An awareness check, and hold that thought.
sure.
Okay, so Spud, what is Auburn, or what are Auburn, Hamus, and Hadavir?
They were having dinner.
Yeah.
You're eating.
This is what I do when I find somebody spying on us who may have been involved in throwing incendiaries through the window earlier on. Is I invite them.
Look, my first potential romantic partner is probably dead. Therefore, I've got to find alternatives.
Were you targeting
Yeah.
Hamus?
It's all the criminals.
Not a good plan.
No, it's all criminals. It's fine.
Now, I've got the opposite problem to the one I had in the first session. In the first session, I could not get Blake's voice because I was doing Hamus. Now I've got to try and find Hamus.
While you're doing that,
Really?
so the one on a fumble still counts as a 1, doesn't
Yep.
it?
Does.
Okay, so that's 10.
Right. You are pretty damn certain this person is stunned.
Okay, so in which case the course of action will be to grab a rope, bind their arms,
Yep.
and then carefully frog march up the stairs so that I can talk to them. And
Okay. So
we'll
you're
leave it
going to
at that.
interrogate them in your shop.
Yes.
Okay. That's probably going to be next week then.
Yeah.
Or next session then. Okay, that's fine. I wanted to make sure you didn't want to bring them back to the inn, because that would tie up with the timeline where we were. And so I thought I'd check that you weren't going to be frog marching somebody in, possibly over your shoulder.
No, like not until I'm certain of what's going on.
Okay. So, yes, somebody definitely sabotaged your shop. So, I'm going to say roleplay, you assholes. Yes,
I may have to say, what's that then, Ted, in order to get the voice?
fair enough. Okay. So, Spud,
You-
is Auburn sharing why he's spying on them?
Sharing what? Yeah, it's... Look, I've got nothing against you, it's just... I walk into this city, so I immediately shove some bombs in my arms, and now they want them back, and I really just want to go to sleep.
does seem to me like you're
Go
having.
to sleep.
So, what was that,
If you
Hadavir?
want to sleep, then that's absolutely fine. We can definitely help you with the going to sleep part, because we've got rooms open at the moment at a very reasonable rate.
Alright, no one's stopping you going to sleep.
Although it would be nice if you could tell us everything that you can about the people who threw bombs into this inn and now want them back, because that could well be very useful to us.
I didn't really see them.
That's
I just
nasty.
know someone in a cloak, blue eyes, shoved the bomb at me, the bag of bombs at me. They disappeared. I figured it was probably best if I didn't get involved. Went down to the Salty Tailor. I was perfectly happy eating my dinner there when someone put a knife to my throat. Again, didn't get a good look at them. Sent me back here.
They
So-
sent you here.
How do you think they found you again? That's just awfully fast work, isn't it?
Very fast.
Well, I'm a red-headed dwarf in the middle of a human city. Perhaps that's how. I do tend to stand out.
I want to argue with that, but I really can't. I do want the cat to get off my keyboard.
So that's what we can hear tapping on the keyboard.
Pippin's writing his magnum opus.
You. Yes.
Yes, we
Right,
know.
now apparently,
Please
Hamus
give him
has
a
now
slightly-
apparently gained a familiar.
Oh, it's the only reason
What
anyone
happened
comes
to the
by is the
rat? I've only
cats.
got like
It
5
evolved into a cat.
episodes into the original series.
Yeah, where is your rat?
Yeah, that.
It's something
Oh
happened
yes,
to the rat.
where's the- he's probably got Ratty on him actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's in a civilized, sane environment. Probably over dinner, he will have been sat there, sort of periodically feeding bits to the rat.
Yeah.
That's what one does when one has.
Orban is definitely feeding bits to the rat too, because Orban is a baby. He has chronic baby disease.
Ratty is so on the table.
But not as
Always just
food.
push it over
No.
a little bit to feed the rat.
Okay.
It would be really useful to me if you could come up with anything at all that might be able to help us. Because here's the way I see it: you're stuck in the middle at the moment between two. Let's be generous and call us groups of upstanding citizens. One of those groups of upstanding citizens has developed and demonstrated a tendency to blow things up, which may argue with the upstanding part. The other group of upstanding citizens has not, but do have a couple of friends with some quite impressive capabilities of their own. Blake's not here at the moment, but he's a big lad. I'm sure he's quite handy. And Hadavir here has proven himself to be very useful with the old arcane arts.
I love
So-
how that's magic.
That's the official term, sign for magic. So what you have to think about, Bubbly, is whether or not you want to actually side with one of these groups or stay in the middle of it and hope not to be dead by the end of it. And if you do side with one of the groups, whether you want to side with the group that has invited you in and given you dinner, or maybe you want to side with the group that has held knives to your throat and thrust bombs at you. Seems fairly simple to me.
I love Hamus. I'm sorry.
I love Amos too.
Gallagher's making sense.
I'm loving this. This is
You
great.
best speak up soon, lad.
These idiots start a gang war when I wasn't looking.
No, a gang war started us. It's a different thing.
Not yet, but we're about that far from it.
You seen
We're
the
going to
Jimbo,
start a
yeah?
gang war, yeah.
Yeah.
The local crime boss wants this inn that we have inadvertently inherited.
Possibly not so
and
much as
he
the inn,
think-
but its produce.
Yeah, he thinks that he's putting the muscle onto a group of strangers in town who've just inherited the inn. But unfortunately, Hamus has now... He's heard of the idea of organised crime now, and it appeals to him. So he may be headed towards the crime boss career, and this seems like an excellent place to start. I'm going to be rewatching King of New York with Christopher Walken a lot.
Oh no. And the Long Good Friday.
And The Long Good Friday, yes, both of which are in my DVD collection, so that's not a problem.
Cool. Okay. So, Orban.
I don't know much. I just got here this morning, but I don't really have much choice. He looks very sulky, by the way. I can't adequately get across how sulky a 3'2", like, scruffy dwarf is. Like, sulking in his chair. Like when a kid has been told off and they know they did wrong, but they don't want to admit it. So just like that. That's Auburn.
Yeah.
That's been Auburn for the past half an hour.
Okay.
I'd like to help you out. I mean, you do seem like you're having a bad day, and I'd love to just put you on a boat and send you somewhere where you're not going to be bothered by these people. But unfortunately, I'm having a minor cash flow problem at the moment, which will only be resolved when this situation is resolved. So that means that I'm not really in a position to offer you anything right now in the way of assistance. If you can offer us assistance, I may be able to offer you recompense in the future. What skills do you have besides being in the wrong place at the wrong time, which you seem very good at?
Well,
This has turned into a job interview.
normally I'm very good at getting places unnoticed.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Dave. No, I was saying normally I'm quite good at getting places unnoticed.
Yeah, that didn't work today, did it?
Apparently not today.
I noticed you're well
and
enough
far.
to give you a sack of bombs.
I'm good with cities. I'm good with locating objects of value. But people might
Yeah. You see, that could be useful, because as I said, I've got a bit of a weak cash flow problem at the moment. So a few objects of value might just help with that. Tell you that what,
okay.
if you're good at finding objects of value, are you good at getting
Start
rid of
with
objects of
that.
value?
I mean, if that's what's needed, sure.
I mean, if I had an object of value that I needed selling, shall we say, under the table, could you find me someone who can give us a good price for it?
Are you going to sell the haunted necklace?
Hell yes. It's haunted, I don't want it.
Not quite. I mean, I'm not quite good at that. So I can give it a go. Not an amateur.
Well, feast your dwarven eyes on this. I will put the necklace on the table.
Okay.
Right. Do I
That,
roll business to appraise how I can use that?
You can indeed. And you can all, in fact, make a separate awareness check.
Ooh, awareness check.
Ooh. When you say
That's
awareness
not the
check,
awareness
is this
check
a practice
for the right
paranoia check?
character.
No.
I don't think we're being ambushed. I think we're being spied on.
Again?
That's still a 19 on Amos's awareness, though.
Okay.
Fine.
So
Forgotten
Auburn
just
got
how
13 for
aware
business.
Amos
and
was.
10 for
yeah.
awareness.
Auburn got 10. Hadavir?
Still working on it. Still
Okay,
learning
sorry.
the mechanics there.
No, they don't know that
awareness
the
is
necklace is
intelligence plus
haunted.
awareness roll.
Yeah.
Well, there was
No,
a
he
roll.
just wants to get rid of it
Ended
because
up.
it's dodgy.
Yeah.
That
He
didn't
stole
get
it.
registered by the bot. I'll try again.
In not his proudest moment.
Okay, 5.
We've had this. Right.
The bot
That's
didn't
not
seem to
so
want to pick
very
up my
aware.
roll. Oh, hang on. I didn't go for
No, we had this problem with you before, didn't we? That your
Yeah, the
rolls.
bot just didn't pick up my rolling, so
Yeah.
forget FG. I'm going to use my dice here.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
fair
for
enough.
it. No problem.
But that one was a 1, and then not much more than that, so 5 in total.
Right. Okay. So, you all gawp at how the necklace of the poor, murdered lady...
Yeah, I mean, Amos feels bad about this necklace, which is why he wants shot of it.
Okay.
Is this a necklace that might have a magical facet to it?
It could hypothetically have a magical facet to it. Do you get to use your magic skill in place of
It's
awareness in that case?
magical awareness that's thing in this.
That's what I was suddenly
Yep.
thinking.
Auburn sees a shiny.
Auburn does.
It is. I will give you a description because I've only described it as just it's a diamond necklace. What this actually is is a ring of silver, a chain of silver, with 4 strands forming the necklace, on which is mounted 5 separate cabochon cut diamonds, and the mounts basically join all 4 chains, so it runs almost like a collar around the neck.
17 with my magical training.
Okay.
So this means it would be potentially fairly recognisable.
It is extremely distinctive.
However, it also has, 4 decent-sized diamonds that could be
5.
hocked individually.
Yeah.
5, rather. Decent-sized diamonds that could be hocked individually.
Right. Also, as a result of that awareness check, both Hamus and Hadavir, the hairs on the back of your neck go up when Hamus brings it out and puts it on the table. Both of you feel you're being watched.
Oh, great.
And we'll end it there. So the state of play
Haunting.
is Hamus, Hadavir and Orban are staring at a potentially haunted necklace.
Under the circumstances, I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist that you change your character's name. He needs to be Horban now, so we can be Hamus, Hadavir and Horban. Doesn't work otherwise.
Loic is interrogating, or going to be interrogating, a criminal. And Nell and Dondrick have to decide whether or not they're going to try and save Ratty, who's currently leaking all over the office floor.
Oh, disgusting.
Again, whoopsie.
Yeah. Somebody really ought to deal with the clerk, who is currently unhappy, who got thrown out of the window
Yeah.
after
that
being
would definitely be a
beaten
good
by
thing.
Lumpy. And Lumpy is at the mercy of Blake.
Will be continuing his education in the correct way to behave with regards to clerks and windows.
Right. We'll sort that out between sessions.
We're now
And
just starting a criminal empire, aren't we? We really are. We've got the enforcer, we've got the cat thief, we've got the gang boss,
yeah,
We've
Yeah.
got this.
we've got a maid with specialist knowledge, we've got some craftspeople.
Yep. Which have
Also
we've got
know some-
2 technically because they have a business between them, don't they? So,
Yeah.
yeah, we've got 2 good, legitimate cover businesses to hide our illicit activities behind.
Oh God, it's a cover business. It's a legitimate business. Serious.
So is he.
you're all legitimate businessmen.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are.
Some are more legitimate than others.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, welcome to the big city, where they're learning how to do crime in an
Crime and
organised
murder,
fashion.
apparently.
Big city wood.
Yeah. So, thank you for playing. I'm sorry the combat took so long, but I think basically we've now got more of a gist of how
It's a
combat
learning
actually runs.
experience.
Yeah, this was it. This was also the
sorry that
first
I just-
proper.
Kept disappearing on and off camera. I was having a turn.
Yeah, that's cool. And so yes, I apologise there wasn't more time given to Hamus and Co in the inn, but I didn't want
As
to
I
finish
said,
too late.
I'm too tired to do Hamus much credit, so
Okay.
I'm quite happy
So
to have
smooth.
Okay, so I believe next week was supposed to be no, next week is Eclipse Phase, isn't it?
Hang on, I thought next week was AD&D. Am I getting my weeks mixed up?
Didn't you just do? Yeah, because we were supposed to do Eclipse Week last week, but the internet was.
Yeah,
being-
last
Oh,
week
that was it.
supposed
Yes,
to be.
sorry. So yes, next week is
Yeah. So next week should have been my AD&D Slaughter Beach.
Yeah.
However, the tiredness that I have today is going to be an ongoing thing because they've changed my shifts. So it's probably going to take me a little while to get used to the new shifts. And I get in on a Sunday about an hour before we stream, and then I have to go straight to bed immediately afterwards. And these are not good conditions to be running AD&D.
so next week
Next week, at least, that's going to be
is going to be Lords of Waterdeep, the board game.
Otherwise, not to bring this up live on stream, we could run Mutant. Because that
Oh,
would
if
be
Mutant is
major.
Or
ready,
if you
I'm happy
can,
to
or
play
if you got, yeah, if you got Mutant Year Zero, then yay. But if not, then we will do Lords of Waterdeep. But something will
It's
be
not
happening
ready,
on this
but
channel.
I only have 2 work days ahead of me, so I have 5 days to finish writing this scenario, which I should have fitted working, but you know. So I'll happily say that I'll run Mutant and force myself to actually finish writing the scenario instead of
Okay.
pushing it off.
So yeah, we'll keep people updated. Basically, there'll be something happening on this channel. It will either be Mutant Year Zero or we'll do Lords of Waterdeep. But either way, it'll be happening on here. And that, either way, multiplays well. So yay! And we will be back to this in 3 weeks' time. So, I will bid you all a good night. Thank you so much to everyone who's been watching. Anyone new who drifted over from RQ, we very much appreciate you. Feel free to chuck us a follow if you haven't already. And
I do actually quite like the suggestion, Anglers from Planet X. Totally unbiased suggestion there.
yeah, actually yes. At some point, I am going to do a fill-in game, and I am going to run Teenagers from Outer Space. And I may well use the Anglers from Planet X add-on that Jay Gray is referring to. I'm biased as heck. I can't imagine why. No, Teenagers, Tifos looks like it's a lot of fun. But that's basically, if you want to run something along the lines of Tenchi Muyo, any of the harem anime style shows, that's what this game is orientated towards. So it looks like a lot of fun, and it's completely nutty from what I've read. So next week we will sort out, and as I say, anyone who's not following us already, I'd appreciate it if you could chuck us a follow. That would be lovely. I don't understand one word of what I said, but you're here for it. And we will see you next week, and we will be streaming obviously on our own channels during the week. So that is a Monday, it will be me in the evening. Night, I believe you're streaming Tuesday and Thursday again.
Thursday, yep.
From 5:30.
That's right, 5:30 till 8 o'clock UK time. I'll be playing drum covers to whatever songs you guys in chat request.
Yeah, that's cool. And Chrono,
Always a good night.
you've got
Yes.
stuff this week.
I will be streaming on the Rusty Quill channel, www.twitch.tv/.
Yeah, you lost that then.
Well, it's been a long day.
It's been a long one,
so
yeah, we appreciate that. That's the other
been
reason
a
I didn't want to
long
go too
year.
late.
I will be streaming West of Loathing, continuing my playthrough of West of Loathing on Wednesday.
Cool.
I will also be doing a Saturday stream because Mike is moving house. So I will be doing looking at the walking simulator stroke story game Gone Home.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
I've heard that for so long and I've never got round to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I know. Also, if I might plug one more thing,
Okay.
Virtual HorrorCon is also on this weekend, currently streaming. We are about to start hosting on the Rusty Quill channel a panel on modernising Call of Cthulhu, bringing Lovecraft kicking and screaming into the 21st century with our own Helen Gould.
Cool.
And we will be hosting that very shortly, if you fancy coming across to that. But
Excellent.
Thank you.
When is that again?
And if you
sir?
don't,
Starting imminently.
Oh god! Oh god! I need to rest, but also that sounds really good.
It does. Yep. Okay, I will bid you all a good night, and maybe we'll see you in the RQ chat in a bit. So, good night, and thank you for watching.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Whatever.